Are we on? Okay. Sweet. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of BAFSAF. We're on episode 25. We're doing the follow-up episode for this month's topic. What food ingredients are banned outside the country that the US is still using? To my left, on the second camera you see here, I have special guest DJ Tommy Billions, and we've got Luda.
Woo!
We're just going to be discussing, I'm going to follow them up on everything that I discussed on last episode, and I'm going to be giving the update that I have been researching on since last episode as well. All right, so fellas, give us a brief introduction to who you are and what you're about. Starting off with whoever wants to go first.
I'm Tommy Billions. I DJ on the side, press play, a couple buttons here and there.
I'm Luda. My DJ name, Kapone. I'm just his equipment manager. So yeah, anytime he needs something like set up or loaded up when it's time to go, I'm the guy, I'm also the hype man too.
I got a dedicated speaker unplugger.
Yeah, we got one of those too. He also knows how to work a camera now. Yeah. My boy Mark two times.
Shoot at Mark on IG.
Shout out.
Luda's also failing to mention that he DJs as well. He said his DJ name was Luke Capone, but he'd be up there.
That's my road manager name. Yeah. They give road managers names now.
All right, so just to give everybody an update for those who are watching and for you guys, last episode I did discuss the ingredients used in America that are banned in the country.
Red dye number 5.
I feel like red dye, yeah.
Yellow dye number 5 and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Since we were born.
So it was a big topic to me because one, I needed something to talk about in March, and two, with me having growing children and having a lot of nieces, and just us changing our health and diet altogether, I wanted to be a little more conscious about what we put in our body. That led me to doing a lot of research. Plus, social media has been a very good awareness platform because it's been telling everyone what to eat, what not to eat. I think everyone's starting to come along a little better with that. But I did want to give you guys a little list of what all that we had talked about last episode because it may hurt you. But buckle up because what's on this list might really upset you. It upset me a little bit.
I probably already know most of this because it's a reason I went vegan at one point in time.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What about you? No.
No. No, him no. Him, he just got richer and his taste became more different. He probably shops at Whole Foods for fun.
Oh man, I forgot to put on my notes, but that was like one of the places that provide foods that don't have like the red dyes and some of the ingredients that are banned. So let me go down this list with you guys so we can understand what's bad for us, especially in high doses. First and big one, Twinkies.
I don't eat those.
I haven't had a Twinkie in like
I don't eat sweets like that for real.
Since they were all first off the shelf? Or
They went off the shelf.
I forgot they went off the shelf. I was young when I don't even know if I ate a Twinkie in high school.
Yeah, I probably ate a Twinkie since probably like the 90s.
Really?
My grandma was the only one that bought it. My mama
back in middle school?
No, my mom would never buy none of that, and I quit going to my grandma's by that time.
Oh, because of that?
No.
Oh.
It's kind of like him.
Just when you get older, you just pick one of your grandparents as much.
Yeah.
I don't like not Twix, but that cereal. Tricks,
yeah. Don said let the upset party begin.
But then when they said when we got kids, right?
Yeah.
And then they turned into circles.
They turned into balls.
Yeah, like what?
Pause.
Pause on some cereal. Okay.
Hey, this pause culture, man, this kills me, bro.
I can't
I
follow
can't even
it.
just say random stuff, man.
I can't follow it because it's either that or people be like some AO shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I be like, I said basketball. They're like, pause. I'm like, what?
bro?
I like a good corn dog. Hey yo!
Oh, not the bread covered
Oh,
glizzy.
especially the foot long ones. Oh man, I enjoy me one of those.
I made one of those with a
Oh.
buddy of mine at Sonic.
I'm just trying to eat.
Oh,
I'm
bro.
See? Pause culture needs to calm down. Just a
Not
little
Pause
the
needs to
glizzy,
pause.
bro.
bit. Yeah.
How much of a corn dog can you fit in your mouth before you gag?
Man, I don't know.
Come on, bro. Y'all OD with it right now.
3 inches.
No Diddy.
All right. Okay, so the next one is stovetop stuffing.
We didn't eat that
No.
no way.
Well, we all know who did.
Yes. They promise they will continue after this podcast. They will continue.
Who is we?
Oh, hey.
Who is we? Who are them people?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, you people?
But we call them the dry turkey makers.
Look, don't get Luda started. He got a bunch of names.
Actually, their names here on the list. Ritz crackers and Ritz bits. That's also on the list.
I'm not touching it. I don't want to get your podcast canceled.
I say all the stuff you named, I don't even eat. So
Really? Okay. Coffee mate creamer.
coffee, what?
Coffee creamer.
I don't buy that too often. I buy different brands.
I mean,
Okay.
I've used it, but I
Yeah,
don't
I've
drink
used it,
coffee
yeah.
that often. But I've used it definitely for sure.
All right, let's see. Skittles.
Barely eat candy.
I'm about to say yeah. I eat those.
Really? Okay. American processed pork.
Barely eat pork.
Okay. American processed pre-packed ground beef.
I don't eat ground beef.
Are you still vegan?
No, I just eat chicken and turkey mostly.
No seafood?
I'm not a big seafood person. Never have been.
Okay. Simple guy. Okay. Swiss rolls.
I had one of those in forever, but them used to hit.
Let's see.
Oatmeal cream pie anywhere on there? Please say that.
Please say.
No.
Oh, yeah. I used to love them.
I used to love the Star Crunch bars.
Star Crunch.
Really?
was
Yeah,
fire,
Star Crunch was pretty good. It did leave like a weird aftertaste, but it was pretty good. It was like a good alternative if you didn't have anything.
Anymore, like it used to, the honey buns.
Now you know what really don't hit no more? The cosmic brownies. It just
Honey
tastes like a
buns-
straight thing of sugar. It
Honey
just-
buns taste waxy now.
Yeah, they don't taste the same.
Even after you warm it up, you don't like it?
Back then they were way different back then.
All right, let's see. Maraschino cherries.
Don't really matter.
You'll never go to Sonic and get a cherry limeade.
Yeah. I just got one like a couple weeks ago.
I haven't got one in years.
We finally got them.
I always knew something was wrong with those red, like super red cherries, though.
Candy cherries, yeah. American farmed salmon. Oh, you just said you didn't like seafood.
I don't like.
About milk.
I haven't had milk in it.
You lactose?
I think I'm like,
Asians or genetically are lactose?
for real? I just find this out. I'm just finding this out. I just thought that it always made my stomach like I had to go number
See, that's the
2.
thing. I had to explain to him the lactose intolerance, and he finally I connected the dots. He's like, "Oh, I didn't go lactose."
So humans are naturally lactose, but for some reason I find Asians are strongly lactose.
Yeah, like
We're
we're
all step black.
okay.
Like, just say the N word, Tommy.
No, yeah, I'll say it, ninja.
Crazy.
Just say it how Stink Meter says it. Nyucka.
Okay, Boondocks.
This one hurt me, which I've started to cut back on it now, but Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it got that yellow dot number 5 in it. Green?
Actually, it's yellow and green, I think. Yeah. Because you remember how? Do you remember Surge?
Yeah.
How they pulled that off?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See, the reason I quit drinking Mountain Dew is because of stuff they said back in the day. Oh, it makes your stuff smaller. I gave that.
Oh
up.
yeah. That was a rumor.
Probably so big. Shut the front door.
You guys.
Shut the fuck up.
Sean says weak. You don't like the Mountain Dew listing either? Yeah, I was like, oof, okay.
That's back when I was like little, like wanted the game all night, you know.
Nah.
That's what kept you going. It's some fucking
Yeah,
Mountain
My
Dew.
mom wouldn't buy that because she thought it was nasty.
No, I only
My
got it-
mom used to hate on me so tough.
I used to get it at the homie house. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go here get me some Mountain Dew. We didn't have soda in my house.
Yeah, no,
Well,
we had
We
juice.
didn't have soda.
We didn't have juice, water.
Grandma used to have everything.
I understand that.
at the crib.
My mom wasn't even buying bottled water. It was that Culligan jug.
Oh, like the one
yeah,
we got in there?
rich.
No.
You wasn't getting that
You said
neither.
I had 5 siblings. You weren't about to buy bottled water?
No, my mom used to buy the little the little
put it in
gallon
the
jug, put it in the fridge.
Hey, you know what else was
And after
good?
it ran
That's-
out, you had to get it from the sink.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that's money. Buying the fucking
Hey,
gallons over and over.
The Highland juice
No,
that used
you-
to be in the 2 jugs.
She used to buy it. Right.
Yeah.
And then my uncles used to go to the little dollar store around the corner for $1, buy a big old 2-liter orange soda. They wouldn't share it with us. I used to go sneak it out the freezer real quick.
Don says, weak to the milk thing. Okay, yeah. I'm not really a fan of milk. I only use 2% for cereal, and that's about it. Let's see. Oh, here's one for you. Fruit Loops.
I hate Fruit.
Okay.
Yeah. Pause.
Just me.
Pause. Is that a pause moment? See? Oh my god. See, I don't get it. I guess I just
Fruity
won't
Loops
never
in
get
your
it.
mouth. I mean, do the math. I mean,
I think someone should hold a course on pause.
pause
Pause
culture.
culture.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'll make that my next month's topic.
Hey, we've been talking about
Enough
pause
with
culture
the
for like a
pause.
minute. I'm like, what? Everything's paused, bro.
I think we damn near got into it one day. It's like, how was that pause? I'm like, cuz it's pause. Here goes the example. No, everything can't be paused.
Like, when did this come up, bro?
When Cameron resurfaced.
After No Homo.
Yeah, it was Cameron and them.
See, the
yeah.
homo I can get.
I don't.
No, I'm gonna pause.
It's both together?
Talk to Cameron.
Listen. All right, Cameron. Cameron is Cameron. Have you ever heard him rap? That explains everything.
Lyrical genius. One of the greatest artists of the century.
That's wild. Cameron was hot though. Early 2000s.
He's where Lil Wayne stole his style from.
Oh, really?
Expected it.
Body bites your stuff and then surpasses you.
You guys eat corn?
Big corn.
Here and there. But you know, it don't digest.
Yeah, it don't digest because it's not edible by humans.
Yeah, so corn is one. They have this thing called BHA food that consists of gum, cereal, nut mixes, and hydrated.
You eat that. Pause.
You were so shocked about that.
Missed that one.
I can't have nuts.
I like cashews and
I
all
love
that stuff.
cashews.
Why only dehydrated potatoes?
It's the way that they're processed.
Yeah.
So it's just the potatoes.
Because-
Like, you know, like the little bagged Idaho potatoes type stuff.
They're like the instant mash.
Like, yeah, instant mashed potato flake
Oh, flakes.
stuff like that.
Oh,
Because you have to preserve it a certain way. They
Yeah.
have that
Oh,
chemimal, which is a
okay.
carcinogen. M&Ms. All M&Ms. Because of the dye.
Great candy person again.
And the shelling to
Yeah,
encase
I
the
can see
chocolate.
that.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys ever actually knew or remember, but Doritos Light. They had light chips.
Wait, I'm not eating no Doritos that are lightly seasoned, okay?
I've heard baked Doritos. I ain't never heard of
Could you
Doritos
imagine
Light.
them
So
dropping some Doritos Cool Ranch Light? I'd be so mad. I would be so
It
mad.
tastes like the flavor ran down the hall and
Bro.
whispered around the corner.
Bro, I would be so mad.
Somebody licked it and put it in the bag.
I would be so mad. They need to put Doritos Cool Ranch Extra. That bag would hit.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you know, like
gosh.
the one chip that you get in every
but
bag.
the whole bag is like that.
That makes you fucking sour face.
Yeah.
I liked them and I hated them at the same time. Especially like when you know, like when you were a kid, sometimes you have a cut on your lip or something,
Oh,
and
that's
you
what
go
it
to eat it,
is?
you're like ah,
You're weird.
like a canker sore.
Yeah.
Yeah. American grown and processed apples. You guys eat apples?
Well, when I was younger, I used to eat apples like every day.
I eat apples.
So one thing I will say about apples and like a pineapple and some other fruits, the toxins that are in there, they actually can cause a light allergic reaction. Like if you ever had a fruit where like it made your tongue numb or it tingled a little bit, you actually have a slight allergen to that fruit.
Yeah, that's what pineapple too. Pineapple like cuts up your tongue and that type.
So like, it's also like a slight allergen when you feel nauseous after eating. Remember my brother, he would used to, when we were younger, he would tell me that he couldn't eat apples because he'd throw up. And for some reason, as of the past year or two, I started feeling the same way. I had to cut back on apples because I couldn't eat.
Yeah, sometimes we develop.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just American food. I've heard of people like going on trips. They'll go on trips and they'll eat crazy over wherever they go, but they're not bloated. They don't gain any weight.
Yeah.
They feel cool after they're done eating, but the second they come back here and try to eat healthy, they're bloated. They feel sick.
Yeah.
They're tired. It's just
wild.
American
It's really
food.
wild.
Yeah.
They're trying to hyper-produce all this food, so they're adding all these extra stuff into what you're eating. You think you're eating healthy, but you're not.
No, at all. And that's why when people were getting into all these health specific diets, I was like, you're really not doing anything because they're naming it a diet for you to buy into it. People understand you're constantly going out to fast food and they have all this cheap menus, which now it's no longer cheap. McDonald's McChicken's not even $1 anymore. $2.99.
Anything for $1 anymore.
They don't.
No.
It's like Dollar Tree. It's $1.25 Tree.
No, they have like a 2 for $6 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, Dollar Tree's nothing's $1 anymore?
Oh,
They changed that right after the
Wow.
pandemic ended. Yeah, everything went up to $1.25.
Stores are now $1,000.
Not even Arizona iced teas 99 cents anymore. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's not.
No.
Nope. They just changed that. Yeah.
What to what? $2.99?
No, I think it's like $1.50
It's like
or something.
$1.50. Yeah. Something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
You know
Gone to
how
shit.
Arizona Tea actually used to save money with that $1? So they used to like optimize all their routes and stuff, so they wouldn't spend like on transportation type stuff.
And they will raise like the bottle prices, can prices with
Wow.
raise prices on everything else.
I went into Dylan's today because I was gonna get some beverages for the house, and I was like, okay, maybe Sprite might be good. It's like $9.99 for a 12-pack.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Almost $1 a can, pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean, if there wasn't a reason to stop drinking like that before,
Yeah.
now is the time to go that way.
You know what I think would be a great idea? Nobody steal this. A healthy food truck, bro. Think about how crazy that would sound.
No, see, I had
Or healthy fast food.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
I had that idea like I think it was right before the pandemic in 2019. I was like, what if you had a drive-through place where you could get like a mixed fruit bowl?
Bro, something crazy, like something
Not
cool.
even a smoothie, just a mixed fruit
Yeah.
bowl.
Yeah.
You can go in, be like, I want this, and that. You put it in the cup, fill it to them, good to go.
At this point, I think a lot of people are being more aware of their health.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I would think people would pay more to be.
I think that's the problem though, is that people want to be health conscious, but it's expensive because you have places like Whole Foods and Sprouts, but Sprouts had to shut down for us. Natural groceries, like you go in there, some of the fruits and vegetables are at a reasonable price, the same as like a supermarket in your area. But then you go to get like health specific foods because, like, let's say for instance, Silas, my son, has allergens. Like his list is on the refrigerator. Big ones he can't have is eggs, oranges, strawberries, and peanuts. So of course we had to start cutting out a lot of anything that had egg. A lot of stuff has egg.
That's a lot, yeah.
And then he can't have, like, he has a mild allergy to wheat and soy. So as long as the foods don't have a main ingredient of, like, you know how like when you're looking at the nutrition facts, it says contains soy, wheat, milk, blah blah blah.
Factory that.
Yeah,
So question. So with that, you guys change how your whole family.
for the most part. Yeah.
Like, you guys don't even have to like
Yeah.
habit and.
Yeah, we've been trying to do that. More so now because with his peanut allergy, they were very broad about it, and so she's like, okay, like maybe because it was did some research on her own, but there was some like nurses and health advisors like on YouTube and TikTok and stuff that said like whenever you get your allergy test and it says peanut, it's strictly for peanut, not anything outside of that. But with what we found out, we don't think that's the case. I think it was a very broad because she got this thing called mixed nut butter. instead of peanut butter, it was like cashew, chia seed, pumpkin seed, flaxseed, all that stuff. We gave him some, and he had some of the worst reaction. We thought we almost had to get an EpiPen. Like if it wasn't for the fact that he was breathing okay, like he started swelling up, like he kind of puffed up, and then I was like 2 seconds away from getting the EpiPen. I was like, I had to check his breathing, make sure he was good, but I was like, yeah, no, we got to get rid of that. And we think it's mainly the pumpkin seeds and probably the cashew, but yeah, definitely we had to change up a lot of stuff because if it's in the house, what he likes to do is that he likes to leave his own plate and go to Azrin's plate or go to Kai's plate. So he still has a plate full of food, and he's like the one that eats a lot. He'll hop out and go hop in someone else's chair, and they're like, "Guys, eating my food." He's just sitting there looking around, trying to scarf whatever food they have on their plate in his mouth.
Different.
Yeah,
You
and
guys all eating the same.
yeah, and he's just he likes to boss on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definite. But he doesn't have any food allergies. My daughter doesn't. That would be something scary to have to worry about because they got school lunches. You don't know what's actually being made.
Yeah.
They're at somebody else's house. If they go on a sleepover, you don't know.
You
That's scary.
you have to send them with a list,
Yeah.
which is I'm glad you brought that up because when it come time to like if this isn't something that he kind of like grows out of or like it lightens up, we would have to laminate a list. And so like whenever he wants to go to a friend's house or have sleepovers, like, hey, give this to the parents, or like you know how you'd have to talk to the parents first. Like I don't know how your parents were, but like whenever you mentioned a friend, like I need to meet their parents first, we'd have to do that and just like start handing out laminates of what he's allergic to.
I don't know if it's like that anymore. Just became so antisocial.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you used to have to talk to somebody else's parents.
Oh yeah.
These days,
Oh my gosh.
like okay, I had one best friend. He passed away now. God bless him. So,
Rest in peace.
but my mom and his mom knew each other like that. So there wasn't really any question whenever we ran into each other. And they're like, "Oh, can he come stay tonight?" My mom was always like, "Yeah, he's good to go. Let me know when you need me to pick him up." These days, we're more social on social media than we are in real life. You will see somebody that you know and not speak. I'm guilty of that for sure. I'll see people I've known for 10, 15, 20 years. I'll see family that doesn't recognize me now, but I recognize them.
I think because I've been talking about that and I'm against it, but I understand it. It's because I think a lot of us have gotten to the point where we're so fed up with society and what's going on. Like we just tend to ourselves, but also I think a lot of us have this kind of like sense that we don't want to be rejected because like we know people and we see them in public. Sometimes they may look at us and be like, I don't know you. Oh, well, what the fuck happened? And then like now it's like people just don't know how to talk anymore. Like the art of communication and conversation is lost.
Me growing up, I was shy as hell. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I have to get the gap. I can talk to people.
Yeah.
My thing is when I see people, I just don't. I'm not going to talk to you. I don't want you to try to hang out with me. I don't want you to see me. Oh yeah, let's go. Not gonna happen, bro. I got a limited social battery.
Yeah.
And there's only a certain amount of people that can actually just get me to go do. Ask him. Half the time he can't even get me to go. And this is my dog. This is my brother.
Yeah.
Certain people try to leech onto your energy.
Drain that shit.
Yeah.
And I don't have that much to go around to begin.
Yeah.
It's hard enough for me getting out of bed every day.
I've been trying to tell people they don't really know them like they think they do.
Yeah.
Everybody be like, "Oh, Luda's so fun." That's when I have alcohol in my system.
Yeah.
That's a different person. If you talk to me about that person the next day, I don't know what you're talking about.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, that you saw at the club is Luda. This is Ladarius right now. I'm an adult right now. Yesterday I was a child that had no worries.
Man.
Yeah, we got responsibilities and stress.
The person you saw yesterday didn't have no kids and none of that. This person does. I got a job. I got kids.
You got bills.
I got responsibilities. I got great. No, it's playing. I ain't got no great.
This dude named Bill be kicking my ass every month.
Man.
Yeah, I just
That
lay down and
dude,
take
you
it.
ever heard of his homie Tax?
Yeah, I heard his homie Uncle Sam. His Uncle Sam. Yeah. We should jump to the back. Everybody, don't pay your taxes.
I'm happy you said that because I always like I had this theory that if everybody in America just stopped flow of economy, would it change a difference? Like,
No.
would it wake people up?
No, see the thing, the only thing that's gonna change? The government officials ain't gonna get paid. Everything else still gonna go like how it's normally going because
Right.
that money's not going where they say it's going.
Right.
It's going to their pocket.
So like, and that's the thing. Like, if everyone for a week just didn't go to work, even the bosses didn't care, even CEOs just didn't care. If everyone just didn't go to work, so like the Dow Jones was at a negative 1,000%, whatever it would be.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
No, because they left open the essentials.
Yeah, but that's still like a smaller percent. So I mean, you got a good glimpse of it. You see
Yeah.
what I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
The world, I feel like the world benefited.
Oh, for sure. That was like a reset, bro. But
It
then,
was.
Fuck, that reset came back with a vengeance.
it did.
Yeah.
I think because the way I see it is COVID, it like they still had, when I say it's like, like they still had a bunch of stuff running behind what we consider essential. And so I think when they, and not to mention because like the aid relief and everything, not like they still had the military out like overseas, like they still had people on deployment. And so of course, like as long as they were able to keep oh no, what else it was too is that they knew they could tax people on that relief fund.
And you know what's funny, man? Taxation. That
The hottest topic now.
You get taxed, you get paid, right? You get taxed when you go buy groceries, you go out to eat, you pay for anything. Cars, like, why are we getting taxed so many times on top of what we're already?
Every transaction is a
Income
tax.
Sales tax in Kansas.
You're getting taxed.
Kansas is one of the only places that you get food tax.
You're getting taxed on stuff you already been taxed on.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
you taxed on the money that you make. You taxed on the stuff that you buy with the money that you just made. You taxed at the end of the year. You taxed on the food that you buy. You're taxed on selling something. Like it's like
think about it. If someone actually put that all into perspective and like you're like, okay, hey, this is how much I make after taxes. How much do you make after every other tax? Like you're really not making shit.
It's like they're taking a good portion out, just the fact that you're functioning as a human being in the U.S.
You know what's funny? I just read something today too that the U.S. fell out of I think the top 10 or the top 20 of happiest.
oh, that don't surprise me one
For
bit.
like adults under like 60 or something like that.
That
It's
don't
like it
surprise me
doesn't
one
surprise
bit.
me.
When was
because-
this study found? Because that should have been a long time ago.
No,
Bro,
you know,
they just came out with it because they've been doing it, but we were like in the top. But if you gotta think about how America's been working, and it's like us as the young people are trying to live. We can't buy a house for $50,000 no. Everything's like $250, but then we're not making much more than they were making. Like
Yeah,
it's
we're-
crazy,
yeah.
bro. Like the ratio is just like way
the
off.
minimum wage is still the same. The wages are not going up. They think you should be happy with a $14 an hour job when you can't survive for less than 18.
Yeah, because they're not only raising the minimum wage, they're also raising the price of living.
And, nothing's like matching up. Like
No, it's
everything's like
not.
so off balance, and it
Like
just
they
keeps being
said,
more off
here
balance.
in Kansas, you have to be making at least $95,000 a year to
Yeah.
live comfortably. There's not many jobs paying that.
And
Crazy.
there's never been that where you had to make that much money to live here. Like
Yeah.
that was one of the
This
pros
is
of living here. In
Kansas
Yeah.
is one of the cheapest places in America.
Yeah.
But you need $96,000 to live comfortably here, and that's for a single person. I think they said it's $215 for
Yeah.
a two-income household with kids.
With kids, it's crazy. It's nuts, bro. Like how do they expect us to live? Like
They
so
don't.
I'm from California. A lot of my family over there, and I'm like, I couldn't live like them.
Yeah.
That's part of why I won't move back. But it's like they've learned to adapt to
Yeah.
live that way with each other. I need my own
but the
space,
thing
bro.
is,
Like
you know what like they had all these experiments and stuff of like rats and stuff. When they put them in them type of situations, get what you got with the black community, with the Asian community, with the Mexican community. It's dog eat dog. You got people over there robbing, raping, and killing, all that type of stuff, and it's been shown over and over and over again. So you can't tell me that the government don't know about it. They just don't care.
Which is crazy that you bring that up because they will give statistics of how minorities are all abused in that manner. But a lot of it came from the fact that like a lot of the whites in Europe, they weren't all rich. They weren't all prospering. They all had to delegate to a king and queen.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them are getting super taxed. A lot of them are poor. A lot of famine going on.
but this started way back. This is like a
Yeah.
system, and it just keeps trickling
Yeah.
down.
Well, if you remember, a lot of America before America became America was owned by Britain.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the taxes are still in rotation.
Yeah, but that's what they had a whole war about taxes just to give us taxes out. Anyway, before I forget, so I'm a big documentary nerd. There's
Okay.
a documentary called Where to Invade Next. Michael Moore documentary. If you ever get a chance, you should watch it.
Okay.
He goes around to these countries and he like learns about their ideology as far as like the work week, taxes, and
like their whole society.
yeah,
Everything works.
like over in Italy where they have a 4-day work week and 4-day work week and a 6-hour work day. But they during the work day they have a 2-hour break to go home, be with their family, feed them all that type of stuff, so they can still promote like healthy living.
Yeah.
And they said that they have some of the happiest workers over there.
And you probably get more production out of them too in that short amount of time. Like people, I don't think it's that people don't want to work hard, but we're working so hard for so long. It's like what do you do next? Like you don't, that's why everyone's so unhappy.
And
You know what I mean?
This a hit on for you because you have 3 children.
Mm.
They had, I forgot which country it was, but they had it to where I think you could be on maternity leave for like I think 9 after the kid is born. Maternity leave.
I think that was Norway.
Father or mother could do.
It was Norway.
Yeah, somewhere over there where you can actually be at home to help raise your kid and get acclimated and all that type of stuff. Over here, you get 6 weeks if you're a mom. As a dad, you don't get them kind of.
And that's crazy,
rights.
and that's how our society works. Like that's how everybody feels. Like the mom should stay home, do this, the
Yeah.
dad does this.
See, I don't want to get too deep into it, but I feel like it's all like systematically set up that way because they don't want the dad to be in the home.
Yeah.
So that they can create the more like they can keep the
normally
school
the
to
dad's-
prison pipeline
Mhm.
going.
Because normally the dad's the disciplinary.
Yeah, the dad is he's gonna be disciplinary. He's gonna set the laws and the boundaries and all that type of stuff. Because the mom is usually supposed to be the one that's there nurturing him and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So if the dad's not there, or if the mom and dad both have to work multiple jobs, that kid is gonna be out there on their own, struggling, doing whatever they want to do, getting in trouble, going to jail.
Yeah.
Keeping the cycle going because America has one of the biggest prison populations in the world.
They're
And
making
it's-
money off it. That's why.
It's
Yeah.
by design.
And then private prisons too.
Yeah,
on
it's
top
for
of it.
profit prison. It's not an accident. Everything is systematic. You can't tell me it's not.
No, it definitely is. No matter what kind of system you say, it is system.
And if it's not systematic, then why would you purposely have welfare that if you have a father in the home, you're not able to get it.
Yeah.
They want you to not have a father in the home.
Yeah.
They want you to keep depending on the state. They want you to have to work multiple jobs. Or if you want to get Section 8, you can't have that good of a job. They want you to purposely give up your right to
Telling you there's a list to be on Section 8.
freedom, happiness, and freedom in the pursuit of happiness or whatever.
Processing you, just wearing you down so you can become a statistic to the company.
It happens generation after generation. You got girls that's like, oh, well, my mama used to be on Section 8. I'm trying to get on Section 8 too. Instead of looking at it like, I want to get to the point where I cannot be eligible.
Yeah.
It's just this cycle that's always going to continue.
I think they're wearing people down to a dependency because then you're like, oh, I want simple living, and I'm getting that simple living by depending on my government. Government's also the one breaking you down because like they're giving you that's bad, loaded with toxins, carcinogens. Then like they're giving you this American dream that you can achieve, but you have to sell yourself to do it.
Yeah, man, like it's wild because like you see all these people on social media that are making all this money, and you think, okay, maybe I can do that. Same time, you can't because there's only a select few amount of people that can get rich off that. You still got to go to your regular job. Still got to be beat down on a daily basis. If you start taking that handout from the government, you will forever and always be there. That's what they want. Because if you depend on them, you're never going to turn around and try to revolt.
Or if you're a good enough distraction for everyone to be entertained, why they made the entertainment business so big.
Why, like, I don't know if you've ever heard it, but they said that TikTok over here in America is different than it is over there in China.
A lot of stuff is.
A lot of stuff. I was going to say that.
Over there in China, TikTok is educational, showing you that it's
Yeah.
cool to be an engineer and all
Yeah.
that other stuff. But over here, you got people doing the little stupid dances and twerking and all this little goofy, little weird shit. I don't know if you ever see what the kids watch these days, but it's all little weird shit.
Oh my gosh.
And it's because they said that China's trying to dumb us down and watch us and us down here,
Right.
while they're over there advancing and becoming one of the.
And you know what's funny?
And it's
That shit
easy
is
to
working.
blame.
Yeah, it
Well,
is.
That shit is working.
And it's easy to blame China, but it's the Americans who are putting out the content.
Yeah, and this thing is, everything about American society is supposed to be done. They don't want you to advance. They don't want you to become
Yeah.
smart. They don't want you to get out of the matrix.
Yeah.
I hate to be one of those guys using that word.
Do it.
They don't want. They don't want you to get out of the matrix. They want you to continue to be in the
feed
right.
into their agenda.
They
Yeah.
want you to keep being in that little hamster wheel day
Mhm.
after day after day until
Yeah.
you die. Then they move somebody else into that same spot and same thing over
Right.
again.
Because if you're making under 75,000 a year, the income tax that you're expecting back is just an allowance.
No, you know what's funny? A lot of people don't even know that their tax that they've been taxed on was money that the government borrowed from you, and they're
Yeah.
giving it back to you. That's all it is.
Like, hey, I know you gave us
It's
6,000
it's
last
like a
year.
savings
Here's
account.
500 back. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, your salary is 40,000, and we took 18,000 of that. But here goes 6 back. You're welcome.
We're raising your
Thank you
rent,
for
your
your-
property
yeah.
tax.
What's the rest of the
That's
8?
going up.
Get back to work.
What money?
Get back to work.
America is Debo.
Yeah. Oh God. My bike pump.
My grandma gave me that chain. What chain?
My grandma gave me that buddy. One buddy.
Mm.
Uncle Sam wants you. Shut the fuck up and get back to work.
Oh man. It's
You know what? Have you guys heard the theory? Well, it's pretty much not a theory. If you actually put the pieces together, the American government is like legal, like gang shit,
Yeah.
like mafia shit. There you go. Yeah, organized crime. There. Yeah, yeah.
People don't think that the mafia is real. The mafia is real. The
Oh,
mafia
yeah.
is still around.
They just
Yeah.
look different. That's it.
They
Yeah.
really do, and they are wearing suits now.
Yeah.
They are in the government. They are passing laws that benefit them.
Because they started working with them around what was it, before JFK?
Yeah.
They were really trying to get implemented in there because once everything started blowing up, he's like, "Oh no, I don't like this." They're like, "Yeah, take him out."
That's why some of the cops were like letting the mafia ride because they were keeping the neighborhood in check. You know what I mean? For them, basically.
Yeah,
Thing is, with every single like underground, underworld type stuff, it doesn't go away. It just evolves. They evolved into politics. Them people can get paid
Mm.
with all these endorsements and all that without having to prove where their money came from or pay taxes on it. Because it's a gift. It's a donation. It's a, you know?
legal loan sharking.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So they're like, okay, well, if I pass this law, you have to give me X amount of dollars.
yeah.
Does that not sound like
I don't-
extortion?
I don't know if you guys kept up with everything, but I realized this. So, like, you know, the whole start of the net neutrality thing. You know, they were testing that before they actually said that there was a bill and before it was even passed. Because you remember how, like, social media was like almost ad free, right? You see one every like 3 days, and then like they just started to be pushed more.
Every 3 posts.
Now,
Literally, yeah.
I remember when they started mentioning it. I remember seeing that I had ads in Messenger. I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Like at this point, I want to make an app just so they pay me to put the ad on. Even if you don't ever play the damn game.
Because every single app that you see that is brand new will not see ads for like the first year.
Oh,
Then eventually it slowly starts to get integrated. It starts to become more and more like constant. You like, bro, like TikTok used to be my favorite app back in 2020, but now every 3 posts you got somebody trying to sell you something.
yeah. And then don't get me started on
buy
YouTube.
these. Oh, don't
So
take.
they got the TikTok store now, huh?
Yeah, it's like don't take these pills if you don't want to be all hyped up and have such a high sex drive, bro. I'm not 50 years old. I don't need these pills. I'm not. They said Bluetooth. They said that, you know, them the hoodie that I got, the You Matters hoodie. I got 2 of them off of TikTok. Like every 3 things, and it's not even like regular ads. It's somebody that's commissioned to sell you something now.
Hey, don't let me get started on the FBI listening on your phone because, like, bro, I've been talking about this. Now this is popping up everywhere on my
Oh,
phone.
There was
like-
one time when I first found out about that, bro.
Yeah.
I was talking to my mom about a pocket watch that I had gotten from my ex when we were together as a wedding gift. I was talking about pocket watches. 5 minutes later, I get on Facebook. Pocket watch, pocket watch.
And you ain't
pocket watch.
never seen no
I
pocket
didn't,
watch.
I didn't search it. I didn't, none of that. And all it heard me say was pocket watch.
What type
and
of phone do you have?
It was an Android phone back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This
I
was
mean-
this was like 2017.
I guess asking that question was stupid because any phone that has a microphone and you've allowed access with one of your apps to be used, like, okay, so here's the big thing. A lot of us download an app, we don't actually read what they're asking for. They're asking for like all the permissions they're asking for.
Access to your camera, they're asking for access to your search history, asking for access to your microphone.
And they use it.
Yeah.
Use it constantly.
They use it to market
Just
stuff
like
at
your
you.
location.
The iPhone actually gave away the fact that the apps were doing that because you would see that green little dot top right corner when your mic is on. I know my LG phone does it too. But that's like whenever apps ask to use it, I'm like either only this time or I say never, and I'll say it.
Put allow while using.
That's what
That yeah. And I like how they give you the option where you can do like the approximate location instead of giving the exact.
Cool.
Yeah.
And shit, the cookies thing.
Cookies is what really gets you though, because like they give you, oh, you can give your approximate location, but your cookies is like where they're hitting you.
Thing is, after watching that Snowden movie, oh boy, Joseph, that movie freaked me the hell out, and I watched that in like 2015. So it's about the dude. He worked for the.
Was it Edward Snowden? Is that his
Edward
name?
Snowden.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about he used to work for the NSA, and he exposed how the government was listening in on your calls and all that type of stuff. All they had to do was type in a certain hot word.
Yeah.
They could pull up conversations years
Oh.
and years ago of everything that you done talked about that pertained to that specific thing. So he ended up he ran from America and he's hiding over in Russia still to this day.
Okay.
Because Russia was the only place that would give him asylum.
Don't give up his location.
No, they know where he at, but Russia's not giving him up.
Yeah.
They like, nah, we don't subscribe to what y'all talking about. Y'all can't take nothing from us. But yeah, that type shit like that, and dude was so freaked out and paranoid. Like when you was DJing the other day at the thing, you had the tape over your shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this nigga must have seen the movie. But yeah, so he was freaked out and like. He managed to steal some files from the NSA, put him out, run and hide over in Russia. He still can't come back to this day.
It's so funny how quick the government will try to spin something that when it comes to release information. Because they can't fall on fake news anymore because people find out. Like there are hackers out there who do so much research.
Trying to get rid of TikTok because TikTok is the only thing that is not controlled by us.
Yeah.
So they can show us everything. They showed us what was going on.
It's the second time they tried to ban
it. The revolts and all that.
Yeah.
They like, nah, y'all taxing us too much, and we need this and that. If you try to do that in America,
global information.
For one, they're not gonna show it on TV.
Yeah.
Two, they're gonna wipe you out before you even get the steam that you thought you was gonna. Yeah. So they don't want us to see what can actually happen when we band together.
Yeah.
Put the bullshit down and come together.
What is
for
it?
one cause.
United we stand.
Divided we fall.
Yeah, that shit kind of hits when you think of stuff
Thing
like that
is,
in perspective.
people don't realize government is here to serve us. Right now, we're serving them.
Oh yeah.
We're so scared and we're so divided that they can do whatever they want.
Especially with all these agendas being pushed to divide us as a people, like with the whole LGBTQ stuff, the racism prior to that. The Asian hate that came back, the police brutality.
Thing is, everything
hate on China.
Everything that happens besides with the black community, they come out with a bill immediately.
Yeah.
They had the stuff in Atlanta happen where they shot at that nail salon or whatever. They did something about that immediately.
Yeah.
The LGBTQ community, they did something about that immediately.
All the forms have changed to where you can say, what gender you are.
Yeah.
Prefer
but
not to answer.
The second that something happened with black people, oh, you need to get over it.
Yeah.
You're not. No. He was a bad guy. He was a thief. 15 years ago. I don't care what he was doing right there. He's still a thief. He was on heroin.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but is that why you got stopped? Is that why that happened? No, I don't think so. But you want to bring that up whenever you want to talk about Trump. You don't want to talk about his past.
Because he's still going to court for all his stuff, and it's funny because like
he's still running for president.
the court is appealing a lot of his because they're trying to save him, and the court's appealing. They're like, nah, but they keep pushing his dates back.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're trying to get it to where he's president, and they can't hold him.
Weed one time.
No, let Barack Obama be known for smoking weed when he was in college.
He Yeah, straight as an arrow.
Yeah, the funny thing, the crazy thing to me is Trump was on Barack Obama so bad about his birth certificate. Trump don't want to produce his tax returns.
Was on Clinton about the emails, but doesn't want to.
It's funny how that works. Oh, we got two.
Yeah,
Let's get back to the list.
Damn, we're going down a rabbit hole right now. Yeah.
I like these kind of
I might
conversations
have
though
to start
because
covering up my camera though, bro. People gonna see all my DJ secrets.
Shut the fuck up.
Like, that's how he does that? No, I'm kidding.
Luckily, I ain't got to worry about that because I'm just a pro manager.
Oh, that's how you roll manage?
how does he plug that cable in?
Hey, I'll just be sitting here like, hey, can you go get me a drink? Yes, sir.
Right away.
3 ice cubes, right?
Oh, this guy is.
Said squeeze the lime halfway, not fully. Okay.
Why is there a full wedge?
I told you I wanted this backyard grown.
Why is there pulp?
Lightly squeezed.
I take pesticides in this.
This organic.
Slime has a brown spot.
I said organic only.
The person who cut this washed his hands and sanitized? Was he wearing a mask?
They should make sure they sharpen the knife before they cut it.
Why didn't you cut the lime yourself?
Why didn't you go down to South America, pick it, bring it back up here, slice it yourself, make sure the knife was brand new?
Well, speaking of that, how was your DJ experience first time?
Oh yeah, my bar club debut was pretty fun. I was definitely nervous because it was like having to please people more. Like it was more of
A lot of people there.
yeah, yeah. It was definitely a lot of people that like I expected people to be, but I was like, oh shit, because like when you're up higher than everyone, you sea of heads, and then it not that it was like a sea of green, and everyone was like looking up at you occasionally, just like fuck,
right in front of your face.
And then it's like, okay, so for me, you know, with us being in the Midwest and Wichita, we're a mixing pot of people, but when you see that many,
white people.
So that was the thing that got me being in Rock Island on St. Patrick's Day weekend, and there was just a bunch of white people. I'm like, oh, I have no idea what I'm gonna play, but I'm a bit prepared. So I started sprinkling some stuff in. I'm like, okay, I'm getting some reactions.
Try whatever. Don't be scared.
Yeah, that was definitely what I was doing, and like the trial and error was really fun because like when you start to sprinkle stuff in and people look at you, okay.
See, yeah.
They're like, all right, keep going.
Man, DJ is a musical journey. Like you're walking.
Because I don't know if you noticed when you walked in and like you had finished setting up, I wanted to confirm your number. I put my phone up and was pointing. I couldn't even point because I was like I was still all the adrenaline. I'm like, is this your number? I was like, stop.
All by accident.
And so I kept trying to tap it without calling them, so it would like stop shaking. But I was like, whatever. I was like, that's your number, right?
Oh man, but now I walk in, all I hear is
what is he doing? He's like, it's only 3:30.
So like I got that far because I was like there were some people walking in and out from the patio, from outside, from the bar, from the other side, and like they were grooving. I was like, okay, I'll keep going. And I had some girls actually starting to like, you know, dance. I was like, okay, I'll keep it going. And then I was like, all right, it's almost 4. I'm gonna keep it hot for them. And so yeah, you walked in at a really good time. I was like, oh shit. If I started getting to the hood shit.
I ain't gonna lie, they was already dancing. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Yeah, the one dude kept coming up, hey, you play some Jay-Z? I'm like,
nah, because
nobody wants to hear Jay-Z.
Because remember I told you the first thing, he was like, hey, is it too soon to play Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares? I was like,
playing that.
I'll see if you got it.
Yeah, I had it, but I wasn't playing that. And then he asked me, could I play Rock the Mic? I'm like,
yeah, that's
you
what
the only person in here that wants to hear that.
Listen to that, yeah.
And then it was some person that asked me, could I play Tupac? I got Tupac songs, but I'm not playing Tupac. Tupac is not club music.
Tupac.
And then that one guy who pulled me aside asked if you had any NBA Youngboy.
Yeah. The one little mixed kid in there wanted me to play
the ginger mix.
Yeah.
He had freckles and red hair.
Then all of a sudden, all I heard the same dude from the corner of the stage.
Hey, man, you gotta realize this is not a club night. This is a bar crawl.
Hey, I played the Glorilla though. Yeah, Glow.
I remember I put like I don't know like my first or second song, and some lady came up. Are you taking requests? I said sorry, not at this time. 'Cause I was like, I know what you're gonna ask for. It's
I
like
usually
shit
be
that I don't
It
have.
kind of depends on what it is. You show me some money, I'll play whatever you want.
Somebody asked me, could I play Lil Wayne? And I played 6 foot, 7 foot. They said, I was like, again? What?
We don't
That
do
was 5
repeats.
minutes ago.
You want 13 feet?
Man, like, bro, if you don't get out of my face.
If you want that much of a foot long, you better go call Jared.
Oh, speaking of Jared. Anyway, have you watched the Quiet on the Set
Yes.
Nickelodeon joint? Yeah.
Is that the new thing that came out?
Yeah.
Oh, with the what was it?
Dan Schneider.
Peck.
Dan Snyder, yeah.
Buddy
Yeah,
Peck,
Josh
right?
Peck
Yeah.
and Greg Bell. Yeah, bro. I started the show today, and dude is a creep.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard.
You gotta think about it. They probably all are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, anyone who's sitting there picking
it.
out child actors, like, oh,
Yeah,
you'd be a
exactly.
great fit for my show.
Yeah.
And
Think
then
about all
the
parents that knew this shit was going on and still let it happen because
Money.
they wanted
Hey,
money.
it's
Yeah.
Same as the
same
people
thing that
who-
happened to Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus, Raven
And the
Simone,
Beans, all
the
them.
Olsen twins.
What's Orlando Brown?
Them a-
Yeah. They all
Everybody
got,
think he crazy, but he been telling us for years.
Yeah.
Think about it, the only people who turned out regular was Hillary Duff.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think she probably took a lot of therapy and straightening out.
Yeah. And Kyla Pratt.
Oh yeah, Kyla Pratt. Yeah. It's kind of crazy because Orlando Brown turned out like Kanye.
Yeah.
Like you hear them spitting out a
Yeah,
bunch of
think
stuff,
about
but you're like, what are you really saying?
The thing is, they say they're telling you what's happening, but they
That's-
just don't know how to.
Well, if they're not funny about it, then they know somebody's gonna find them.
Yeah.
And also, people like they'll probably pay people to blackball them real quick because everyone follows what everybody.
Yeah.
But you gotta think about it, if you really think about it, Kanye was probably saying some real ass shit
Yeah.
that we don't want to listen to because people are like, oh, crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just don't. They're saying the right stuff. They just don't know how to articulate.
Cause look, they
Yeah.
saying the same thing about Dave Chappelle, Cat Williams. They're saying all
But
that.
Dave Chappelle says it
Martin
in a funny
Lawrence.
way, so it's
Yeah.
digestible.
Yeah.
Cat Williams, he's a little bit
Rough.
too blunt and straightforward, and so people just kind of like,
Well, he's kind of picked up on
He
it
might
with
be
his what was it, Shannon Sharp interview? Yeah, he did the kind of like the indirect subtleties there, but like normally he's like he'll spill the beans.
yeah.
Yeah. Did you get to see that interview?
What, the Cat Williams?
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing.
How was it?
It was good.
good.
Certain parts of it, he did kind of seem a little bit bitter, but if it's been happening to you for years and years, how
You
else
just
gonna
get
express
ignored.
You
yourself?
gotta
Yeah.
be better.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna express yourself about it.
Yeah.
If everybody tries to silence you or blackball you or push you to the side, eventually, when it all bubbles up and comes out, it's gonna sound like a little bit bitter.
Yeah.
So
I feel like from what I saw, he did a pretty good job of toning it down though, like he usually does. But yeah, he probably some did slip as like, no,
Oh, yeah,
it's my time.
So,
because everything, no, he ain't had none. He
oh,
ain't
yeah,
drink
no
none.
Kanye?
Not that he didn't. Like, I'm not drinking that because y'all gonna want to say that I'm drunk. I'm not drunk. I ain't had one sip. Yeah, I mean, I believe most of what he's saying, but some of it, you know how like say me and you get into it. I say something, he says the exact same thing. The fact that me and you are into it, you take it a certain way.
Yeah.
If he says the exact same thing, you're not gonna take it the same. So I feel like certain stuff with Cat and these other comedians that into it could have been something completely innocent, but he takes it a different way because you already have a history.
That, and also if somebody else is saying it too, like, oh, so you're backing him up, and then it looks like you're against the world.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, they all run together. It's like, do they, or are you just kind of being paranoid a little bit because
Yeah.
you don't like neither one of them?
Yeah.
They probably don't have no idea what you're thinking. Obviously, if you don't communicate that to them, they're never gonna know.
Yeah. I think what he also likes to do, he likes to blindside because he doesn't give people the opportunity to try to save face. Then as the shit's out, they're like, oh, how can I save it? Like, I don't recall anyone saying anything about Steve Harvey commenting on the fact that he had stole jokes from Bernie Mac.
Yeah, no.
He hasn't said anything about it yet, has he?
No,
But he
did
looks
say
a lot more tired on his
He
shows.
did say that. What's his name? He did say that. Steve used to be a hater of Bernie.
Yeah.
used to hate on Bernie low key, but everybody knew
Same
that.
haircut, same dress style.
Everybody knew that. Tried to take a show from Bernie. Bernie didn't care, but
You couldn't
let it
be
happen.
Bernie. You could try to play Bernie. You couldn't be
you can't
Bernie.
You can't
And see,
out
Bernie
Bernie.
Mac was another one. He would talk, you know, like he wouldn't like straightforward with what he was
Talks
saying,
in
but if
riddles.
you actually listen to what he's saying,
Talks and riddles.
Yeah.
Just like Dave Chappelle does now. Dave Chappelle will say some real controversial shit, but if as long as you're about to laugh about it,
Yeah.
you'll accept it. Bernie
He's-
was the same way.
And
Yeah.
in comedy, you know what I
the
mean?
long as the majority takes it as a joke,
Especially nowadays, you can kind of back then they were saying all type of shit.
yeah.
They're saying all
Comedy
type of
was
shit.
not PC for nothing back then. Now you got to watch yourself. Like ever since Kevin Hart became famous, that's when comedy became more of a mainstream thing. Now you can't say
It
certain.
became
stuff.
like super commercial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like back when they got on Kevin Hart about the tweets from 15 years ago, and they took him off the Oscars or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's when I'm like, okay, comedy's not comedy no more. He apologized about it. Then he's like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna do it. It's like it's too late now, bro.
That, and also they shouldn't be mixing comedy with like Hollywood. That's where everything's getting messed up. Like if you want comedians to go be Hollywood, that's fine. But if you're trying to mix comedians with Hollywood at the same time, no. Like having, I see why Kevin Hart had a dream to want to host the Oscars, because it was a big thing. He wanted to be multifaceted. But when you try to take someone who's like, oh no, you're perfect because you're a little guy, but you're funny, but we can make you like the comic relief of everything. A lot of comedians, you can't make them the comic relief. A lot of them are dark. Kevin Hart, he talks a lot about his size, his family, and all his hardships. So it's easy to pick him as the poster child for the mix of comedy Hollywood, but they abused that because when he wanted to aspire what he wanted, they're like, oh wait, no, you was talking about wanting to beat up your son with a dollhouse or whatever, and then you called somebody gay and all this stuff. So like they threw a whole bunch of stuff on him that they shouldn't have. And that's the one thing I hated about cancel culture too, is that they were digging for what people saying, as if people can't grow from what they
The
said.
thing is, like you go and find a tweet like that, you got to be visible. Sitting there typing in keywords and going through somebody's tweet. If they have anything pertaining to what you just typed.
They hit Control F.
So then the thing is, like, when that happened with Kevin Hart, like, okay, we're gonna give you everything, and they're looking at everybody else like, if you want to be like Kevin Hart, you want to get the money that he's getting, you cannot say these types of jokes.
Yeah.
Comedy has always been on the outside of the social norm and being PC and all that. That's what makes it comedy.
Yeah.
You got to be able to laugh at the issues, talk about real issues, real world issues.
Yeah.
Make a joke.
It's almost like they try to put a leash on comedy by
They did.
putting Kevin Hart in Hollywood and saying, hey, why don't you get the
Say,
dogs
hey,
together?
This is the standard. This
Yeah.
is how everyone
Like they
is.
say,
You
like,
wanna
a movie like Rush Hour would not be able to come out today.
A lot of
racial
movies.
jokes they made
A
back
lot of
then,
movies.
you cannot make them same jokes and be okay, because
Yeah.
it's going to get canceled.
Yeah.
They still try to cancel Tropic Thunder to this day, calling Robert Downey
yeah.
Jr.'s blackface. It was intentionally like that. It was supposed to be funny, which it was.
And a lot of people who saw it, the majority of people who saw that movie were black,
Yeah.
and they didn't have a problem with
Most of the people didn't know that it was Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
to begin with.
A lot of stuff has been toned down, though. I mean, they just like the hang.
Yeah, and I don't like it, bro.
You know, like they're not gonna be able to release something like an American Pie no more, or you know what I mean?
Like it. I like
Like how Scary Movie. You remember how Scary Movie used to be?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
He's like, I'm gonna be the bigger man and walk.
bro, like bro, or like that. That's kind of why I kind of like how the Wayans brothers still kind of put out like spinoffs and stuff, because they're that comedy is still there for them. Most of everything that's out, it's not even.
Thing
Yeah.
is, bro, if you can make me
Yeah.
laugh at something that's not supposed to be laughed at, you've got a new fan forever.
Yeah.
I like dark humor.
I like that you brought up that, because I remember seeing I think Marlon Wayans, he had an interview talking about how movies like White Chicks need to still be a thing because it exposes, but it also turns things into a joke because we take things too seriously. Like, honestly, the fact that after the civil rights movement was eradicated, or when civil rights was established, and everyone was equal, which it should have been a long time ago. Like, it was weird that we had like water fountains, color, black and white. But once civil rights was established, like that should have been it. Like, we just, as a country, we're divided on choosing what's the next thing that we can all hate on, what's the next thing that we like can be divided in. So like the movie White Chicks was a really good one because it down to what it is. Black man live the life of a valley white girl, but it was all in comedic fun because there wasn't any like specific jabs. It was just like, oh yeah, no, we kind of do that, and just like laugh it off. But now people want to take things too far. Like some even directors and writers are like, I really. Sometimes you have to eat and then like can't take some scripts too serious because like that's a lot of stuff that'll get canceled quick. You think you're doing something.
You know who would have been canceled in this day and age? Bill Show.
Oh, 100%.
The Clayton Bigsby skits, all that, bro.
That's why it's like Boondocks. Like you would never see anything like that.
Yeah.
Never again, because everybody became so sensitive.
Like, I don't even know. Like South Park used to be, you know what I mean? Like
South Park still don't care.
Yeah.
They don't.
They don't care. But how many shows are still out like that? You know what I mean? Nothing.
Yeah. No.
You still got that, Family Guy, and American Dad.
One thing I hated that happened was the whole issue with, like white voice actors who are voice acting wrong characters of color, and it upset a lot of people because like we don't care about what color you are behind the voice, just do the voice right. Because it wasn't like, for instance, the guy who voiced Cleveland on Family Guy in the Cleveland show, white guy.
I did not know that. I just found.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He's a white guy. But you know, like they weren't trying to do anything with the show to make it seem like he was like a hyper stereotype. Everyone's just like, oh no.
What black person you know that talks like Cleveland? How is that a stereotype?
Well,
I just feel like I feel like he sounds like he looks like he sounds.
Yeah,
that's what I figured.
Yeah, he looks like he sounds.
What do they call it? White collar or blue collar? He's a blue collar guy. He's like from a state that's not got a whole lot of.
I mean, I don't see.
But that also raises the awareness too. Like you can't sit there and say all black people have a specific way of sounding because we don't.
At all.
No.
Like neither do Asians, neither do white people themselves. Like you have the sophisticated whites, you have the hillbillies, you have the country.
The thing is, like with black people, like, and most white people probably will never know this or understand. Black people code switch. You get around these uppity black folk, these higher ups, these supervisors.
Yeah.
You start talking proper. I do it all the time, and I get mad at myself whenever I catch myself doing it. Like when I'm around my homies, I talk how I talk.
You see your parents do it a lot?
Who?
Your parents. Did you see them do it a lot?
My mom speaks proper as hell.
Okay.
Like when I was younger and I talk like how the homies would or whatever, get on me. Like, that's not how we talk. You say the word correctly. You don't say pose to, you say supposed to. Like shit like
You
that.
say ask, you say ask.
Yeah. So I know how, like, I can speak properly.
Yeah.
Just I only do it in certain settings.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do it and I get mad. Sometimes I do it because I know, okay, this is gonna get me where I'm trying to go.
I think you can probably think about it in a sense of like, this guy's not gonna understand me if I speak normally,
Exactly.
so I have to
I
fix
don't want to
my...
have to repeat myself.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
I
say
hate
it
that.
correctly the first time. And just I'm a big black dude. I don't want you to be intimidated by me in certain settings.
Yeah, there you go.
If we're outside and doing whatever, yeah, you could be scared. I don't give a damn. But if I'm in the office building, I don't want to give you any more reason to think I shouldn't be here.
Right.
So I'm gonna speak.
Can't
correctly.
find me a threat for no reason. Yeah.
Exactly.
Threatening because he was loud.
Myself. I'm gonna speak like I have just the biggest vocabulary in the world. Sometimes I'll say a word and he'll be like, "What does that mean?" It's like I'm kind of like a book nerd like that, but at the same time, when I'm around my homies, I'm gonna be relatable to my homies.
Because you can mesh well. It's about adaptation.
Yeah,
like
I'm
you
a
can.
chameleon. I can blend in any room that I'm in.
Yeah.
So.
And some people will think that that's fake, and it's not. It's really just about adaptation. Because if you can mesh well, you can network well.
Yeah,
You can get ahead just by.
Street smart and book smart. Like I've had people say it, and it pisses me off. Like, oh, you're the whitest black guy I know, and it's like, you have no idea outside of these walls. I might fuck your life up. But yeah, go ahead and let you say that.
But you can't think it like that because we don't do that just with jobs or homies. We do that with our parents, our grandparents.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like that's true.
Also, like I'm not gonna talk all crazy around my grandma.
No.
I mean, if you family, you know how to talk already, so I'm not changing none of that. But if it's
like, let's say you go to a friend's house, like let's say you go to his parents' house.
Like, meet the parents. You know what I mean?
That's different. I don't know your mom like that.
That's
but would you get comfortable enough to like cuss in front of her?
His mom? No, I cuss in front of my mom.
But his mom is what I'm saying.
Mom,
that's
no,
right. That's what he was saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying.
Like you would
people can't call that fake. You know
Yeah,
what I
no.
mean? That's
In a sense, like in different scenarios, it's more of a respect rather than just being understood. Like if
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, I would never go to in front of my grandma and be like, oh yeah, I had this
Man,
touch
fuck
me on
that
the
big grandma.
yeah.
I'm not even talking about grandma. I don't go to church.
Bruh.
Like that's not even. It's like beyond cussing.
Bruh, if my grandma was still alive and she heard me talk out, boy,
My grandma
I'm
is
still scared of Grams. Even though she been gone for 5 years, I'm still scared
my
of Grams.
grandma is
bruh.
4'6", like 60 pounds. The time I heard my cousin say I don't go to church, and she slapped the shit out of her, and everyone just stopped and stared. And my cousin was like 30 with kids and married at the time.
I remember one time, I was just thinking about this a couple days ago. My auntie literally cut my cousin elbow to wrist with a fillet knife because he said he wasn't going to church.
I'm telling you.
This was like 98, 97.
I'm telling you.
I was like 6, 7 years. I remember that vividly.
I'm telling you.
Him running out the house, grabbing this shit, leaking the whole way from the kitchen to the front door.
People ain't raised like that no more.
Yeah, no. I haven't seen some crazy shit.
I want to tell you, man, there is some healthy fear. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
healthy fear. I'm
Like
telling you.
everybody's like, they be trying to tell me all the fucking black women. No, I just know what could happen, bro.
Yeah.
I love black women, but I know what can happen. It's not a game. You don't play with them.
Okay, so here's my unpopular opinion when it comes to like women of culture or ethnicity and having like strong attitude, anger issue.
Uh-huh.
I think it's not. I feel like it shouldn't be applauded because it's all learned behavior. It's not genetic. Like you know how like they say
Yeah,
Latinos are
100%.
spicy and they
Yeah.
always like it's like no, that's learned behavior. You
Yeah,
can
it's
grow the fuck
100%.
up.
Yeah, like they say, what is it, nature versus nurture?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nurture thing. It's not nature.
Because you know how like if you're like in the heavy parts of Hispanic culture, they're like on a pedestal, but like they're also known to have like the hottest attitudes,
Yeah, no, they're
like
they're
moms,
more,
daughters, and everything. I'm like,
submissive type shit.
yeah,
You don't get that spicy Latina. I think that's more of an Mexican American thing. It's not like
Oh, is it
Mexican-
really?
Well, I mean, look, think about it. They say Asian women are submissive. So, well, you gonna talk to my mom?
yeah,
You talk to a
nah.
Southside Asian, it's not, it's not like that.
Hey, stop saying something.
I'm not just talking about Kansas. I'm talking about just
Uh-huh.
Southeast Asian. they don't
They're a
fucking
little
play. It's not
different,
a game.
Yeah, no.
Things like because I know like most of the older generations of Mexican that I've been around, they're not that spicy Latina that everybody thinks is cute and attractive.
It's also
They take care of home. They're more.
it's
I don't wanna
also
say the
like
word
a.
subservient because that sounds so demeaning.
Would you also say it's like a mainstream attitude thing too?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's becoming like.
Like,
this
they think it's cute.
Yeah.
So okay, I shared a post on Facebook earlier that a bunch of women tried to get me to respond. It was
Oh.
about like when a woman has money, has an education, and I was about to go in, but I was like, let me not.
Yeah.
Thing is, most of those women think that once you have money and education, a house, a car, you don't got to listen to nobody.
Yeah.
You can disrespect whoever
Yeah.
because you are the nigga with money.
Yeah.
You're not the nigga with money. You're a woman.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you still need somebody that's gonna protect you, provide, and all that type of stuff. No matter how much money you're doing, that as a defense mechanism and trying to be all macho because you think money gives you the ability to do that.
Status.
Like, I
Yeah.
think
It's
we
not.
still have our
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's just ingrained in us how
It
to
is.
be a certain. Well, for most of us, there's some bitch ass niggas out here. I'm not gonna lie. But as a man, if you have been shown correctly in any type of way,
Yeah.
you don't want your woman to have to be the provider and doing all this and that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you want to tell her to be like, oh no, stay at home and be in the kitchen barefoot and you're not gonna be like that. But at the same time, you want it to be to where her life is easier because you're around.
And that's the thing for couples and families as a whole. Like, if you think in a unit sense, you can take those gender roles and you don't have to apply them to a specific gender, but somebody's got to do it. It's pretty much telling you,
Yeah.
like, let's split this stuff in half. Because if you think
Exactly.
about it, gender roles were created for survival. Like, the woman stayed in to take care of the kids and make sure everything was, while the man was out there hunting for food. And so when you bring it to this day and age, there's a lot of like us, we're switched roles. But we know stuff needs to be done. So as long as you, and that's the one thing that people, a lot of people this day, like, they're like, oh, we don't abide by gender roles. Like, you don't have to consider it a gender role.
Yeah, you-
just
you
do it like
you're
a,
just looking at it from a different frame of view.
well, like, they're like, oh, you can't suspend me to a gender role. That's like, we don't live in that kind of era anymore. It's 2023, 2024. It's like, it's not about it being a gender role. It's knowing that there's a role that needs to be played in your unit.
What pisses me off is what's so wrong about the role? Somebody's got to do it.
New divisions.
You're just saying you're just mad because somebody's telling you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you naturally did it on your own and somebody came along and was like, "Oh, you're in a gender role," you'd be like, "Oh, I don't want to do it anymore."
I think it's that, because we've got this gung ho idea of what freedom is supposed to be. Like, that's why we have all these, like, I'm not gonna say it, like, I'll softly say it, weird rallies, because like, we're all human, and like, live your life how you want. Like, whatever your sexuality is, do that. I don't care what you put in your mouth or what you put on your genitals, and neither should my children. But if you don't want to abide by a gender role, just know that you have to do something in the house.
Yeah.
Because what are you gonna be, gay or a lesbian and not do nothing?
Yeah.
It's just things that need to be done.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or you're like, oh, people can't tell me what to do because blah blah. It's like, well, it's not anyone telling you what to do. It's advising you to understand, like, you gotta do something in your life.
And my thing is, like, the whole 50-50 conversation. When they say 50-50, most times people think money.
Yeah.
Because they think that's all that matters.
Yeah.
My version of 50-50 ain't got shit to do.
No.
I'll take care of everything that I can.
Yeah.
I just need your help on the back end with this and that. Whether that means you helping me with the kids, or you doing the grocery shopping, or you doing the laundry.
Yeah.
Or if you need me to do that while you go and make the money. It don't matter, just as long as that 50-50 is us mutually benefiting from the situation.
Right. Like, if one person's making the money, all right, somebody else secure the house.
Exactly.
You guys need to switch to the switch.
What's so wrong with that?
Is people want to abide by these gender roles, because there's some people who don't want it to be claimed as a gender role, and then some people who are so firm on it. They're like, no, I'm the woman, you're the man, go make the money, or you mean nothing. No, I mean a lot more to you. The money is what you're making a problem. It's like, yeah, we use it to sustain, but you're making it seem like I am nothing because I don't make. What does that mean? Enough? Especially with people who don't have kids, and they're like, oh, like, I want you to be a partner. Well, you need one. Need to secure us. Two, buy me a ring, and don't even get me started on the ring bullshit.
Right. So, like, that whole situation, like I said, women think that money makes a person.
Money makes the man.
Yeah, money makes the man. Money don't make the man. The man is gonna be the man regardless of
You can
whether
still be a bitch ass.
Yeah, and you can still be a bitch ass nigga with money.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of those. So, like,
Yeah, like, not just women think they, like, if a dude got more money than another dude, he think he better than.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not the case.
And no.
like, it's plenty of motherfuckers that make a lot more money than me.
Yeah.
But I'm still the one getting chosen because I'm still a man. I'm still standing on business. They see who I am.
Yeah.
And I stand on my word and everything. I handle my business.
What?
But you got motherfuckers that they can show you stacks of money,
Yeah.
but they ain't got no kind of morals.
Right. Like, why do you think Mark Zuckerberg is starting to get into MMA?
Exactly.
He's a bitch for money.
Like, it's just really like that, and like, money don't make the man. Because what if you don't know how to manage your money?
Right. And
if you lose it all tomorrow, can you get it again?
And I hate that a lot of this comes from people who don't know how to cook or be clean.
That's the thing. Like, the whole gender role shit don't mean shit to me because I did both of them.
Yeah.
I've done it all. I've been a stay-at-home dad at one point.
Because, like, people in our generation, we had to learn how to learn everything around the house because of.
Yeah, I did. I grew up with just a mom, so.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to do all this. I'm good with my hands. I know how to do handiwork. I can change a tire. I can change your oil.
You still have to be a sustainable adult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you coming into my life telling me that
I gotta take care of you too.
yeah, I gotta take care of you too, and I gotta make X amount of money.
While you sit
and
there on
gotta
your
do this,
phone.
and you gotta do that. And it's like, well, what are you? How am I benefiting from you being here?
Talking about, babe, guess what Sarah said the other day? I don't fucking care.
And I gotta be a therapist now too. I gotta cook, clean, do the dish. Like, I gotta.
They just
be a
weren't
therapist.
listening to me. Like, you come home to the kids, they weren't listening. That's why the house is a mess. So that's two things you didn't do.
Yeah.
Discipline your kids and clean after them. Just so tired.
If I'm gonna do that, I might. It's like, what are you tired? You don't work. I take care of all the bills. But it's like, bro, like, if I can do all this by myself, what am I doing with you?
Yeah.
Because are you telling me you just here for sex? Because I got lotion in the bathroom.
Which that stops too.
Yeah.
Because like they'll do it enough to where they know they got you. Like, all right, I ain't got a toothpick pass today.
Exactly.
Today turns into a week turns into a month.
It's like, bruh, And if that stops, then that's gonna make me even more frustrated.
Right, because then
I gotta deal with you still, and I'm not getting
you're the bad guy for
the
cheating.
only thing that you have been benefiting. I say that sounds terrible. The only way that you were benefiting me because you weren't doing nothing else for me, you stopped that too.
Yeah. Well, because it's a satisfaction thing. Because it's like, okay,
that's just human nature. It's a necessity.
Yeah, but we turned it into satisfaction because the human nature part of it is to reproduce. But like we've turned it into satisfaction. So like the one thing to keep you going, if you can't buy stuff because you can't enjoy it, you got to buy it for the house, you got to buy it for the wife or whatever. You got to fix stuff, so that means you got to buy more stuff. Like if there's little you can enjoy, coming home to pass the one thing that you can have left.
That's free.
And you sitting there telling me you have a headache every night.
Don't worry. I got some Excedrin. Here you go. You got caffeine in it, so you can wake up too. I can't say that. I'm going to say that. Okay.
Yeah, I'll say that.
How about this one?
Let me tell you guys what was updated on this food list.
Huh?
The food list. Yeah,
Oh,
we're back to the
okay,
food list.
yeah, yeah. Food.
Thank
You got
God.
some clothes or what?
Thank you, G.
Yeah, I can go put some more on. Actually, let me. All right. So what I had come to research as far as updates to the food ingredients list, the FDA has pushed a ban for BVOs, which is bromine vegetable oils, which is commonly found in citrus flavored drinks to keep the citrus agents from floating to the top. These agents, or I'm sorry, no, the BVOs are banned in India, Asia, and parts of Europe, and also in California. The research for the toxicity began in the 1950s. Most beverage makers have already been providing alternatives. The research stemming in the UK in the 1970s found that bromine was building up in human and animal tissue, which is also linking to heart and behavioral problems. California lawmakers introduced a bill to prohibit 6 food additives in school cafeteria. Oh, wait, no, that's a new one. So yeah, BVOs are, the FDA is starting to get rid of BVOs because they're actually taking the studies that were found in the 1970s serious now. Even though big countries had already banned them, they're like, okay, you know what? You guys might be onto something.
So it's been around for 50 years. It's been around for 50 years and you just now.
Because they were, I think what it was is that what they do with these carcinogens, they try to minimize it as much as possible down to the 1000th decimal. So, and I think with this one, it was 0.00060 percent to the million ratio. So like use as little as possible so we can keep it going.
It's like the thing where they say that you can have a certain amount of rat poop material still be produced. Because they can't get rid of the mice from the factory because it's just so hard to keep them out.
That's gross.
That they allow a certain amount of fecal matter.
That's why people find mice in their cans and cereal boxes and stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to keep them out. Yeah. They can allow a certain amount of fecal matter into the cereal because it's safe to consume that, but any more than that,
which also brings up a recent exposed study showed that there is actually human remains process factories.
I believe it.
Because when people go to try to like grab something or fix a machine,
accidentally take some skin off. Yeah.
That's the third thumb this week, guys.
Yeah, it's some dangerous shit, but it's
You
like,
think that's good? Give me a thumbs up.
But the thing is, they're like, okay, well, they only lost a little bit of their thumb. Are we going to shut down this whole factory and throw away all these millions of dollars worth of meat just for this little piece of thumb?
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the physical ratio.
Animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're prioritizing profit over human safety.
Because you have no idea what's in that other person's body. But then that's why stuff like salmonella and everything, vegetables, why we get recalls. Like they'll tell you, oh, it's toxins got in the food. What toxins? Oh, somebody who had cancer.
We fired somebody. They pissed all in the lemonade.
The thing is, like I told y'all, I'm a documentary nerd, so I've watched all of the little health food documentary, Forks Over Knives, the what the healths and all that type stuff. they were using, it was some town in Georgia or North Carolina. They was using the water that they like wash out of the pig pens and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
They were spraying that on the vegetables. So the vegetables in that town and the runoff and everything was giving everybody in that town cancer.
Because they weren't separating it enough.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They said that when you, like, every day it smelled like death around like noon because of all the
heat.
Yeah.
Oh, the heat hitting the water.
Yeah.
Oh.
And like they said, that whole town was getting like cancer and all that type of stuff, and nothing was done to change it.
What's the term? Like in like the medieval times, plague. It was like
yeah,
a little plague.
Yeah.
Sorry. So another one that I was reading here: California lawmakers introduced a bill to prohibit 6 food additives in school cafeterias, which is a really big. Like to hit the kids first is great. So as you were mentioning earlier, the dyes that we were discussing: red 40, yellow 5 and 6, blue 1 and 2, and green 3, as well as titanium dioxide, potassium bromate, propylparaben, and again BVOs. All the carcinogens have been known to link to strong signs of ADHD, neurobehavioral issues, and cancer in kids. It's called the Assembly Bill 2316, or also AB 2316 if you guys want to do more research on that. I thought was a huge step, because to take all that out of schools, big start.
Yeah.
Thing is, it's always best to start with the kids. Might not be able to save this current generation, but if you start with the kids, it's going to trickle down to the generations following them.
Yeah.
Because I hate to say it, but for some of us, it's a little bit too.
We're all
There's
set.
certain, like, you can tell people all day, if you drink Pepsi, you're going to get cancer. They're like, well, fuck it, I've been drinking Pepsi for 50 years.
I'm 89 and that's all I've been
Come
drinking.
over here, stop me from drinking this Pepsi. I'm taking out my heat.
You know what's funny is that I feel like all the people like live for old. They're like, what's the tip to living? Oh, they're like, I have a beer a day or something.
Yeah.
I'm like,
No, a lot of them,
Coca-Cola's a day.
Pepsi or Dr. Pepper is one of them. They're like, oh yeah, I just drink Dr. Pepper all day.
I'm like, this is crazy.
I think it's because your body's so accustomed to it that it adapts to having it. So like, if you change that up, that's when you'll start seeing real signs of shutdown.
Your body is built up of callus. So
Yeah.
like Ocho Cinco says, every day I had McDonald's because I built up a callus. You over there eating healthy. How many injuries you have during your career? Me, I ain't had none, and I ate McDonald's breakfast every day. Like, you gotta build up a callus.
Man, half of that, he was trying to save some damn money.
But the thing is, Ocho Cinco never been injured.
Yeah.
But you got all these people that's talking about you gotta eat healthy. They've been injured left and right.
Yeah. I know a dude who don't drink water at all.
I know a dude from the north side. He was a north side alcoholic, bro. Every day we seen him, he had a big 40 in a paper bag. He ain't have no teeth. Dude lived to be about, I think, almost 80 years old. Dead ass. The thing is, you would know it was him because every day he walked down the street repeating the same song. Shake that. Watch yourself. Shake that. See what you working with. That's how you knew it was him. Yeah, that's how you knew it was him. So every time you see him, like, what up, Tex? Shake your face.
What in the
He lived to be about 80 years old, bro, and I never seen that man drink water a day in my life.
Yeah, crazy. It's crazy actually that I think they say that H3O.
H3O is the water that's in you.
Oh, okay.
Fruits and veggies and structured water.
Will they consider electrolytes, or is that different?
Depends on the thing, what the fruit or.
Okay.
But that's the type of liquid that you're supposed to be taking.
That's what keeps you hydrated.
Yeah.
Okay.
But how many people you know actually?
Shit.
Man, what you said about pineapples and apples, I'm like,
fruit is expensive as hell these days. Fruit is damn near more expensive than going and get fast food.
Yeah.
Because if you telling me I can buy all these fruits that might go bad in 3 or 4 days, or I can go and get this fast food right here, it's more convenient. What you think I'm gonna do?
yeah, and that food be going bad fast.
Yeah, because all the pesticides.
Oh
The pesticides make the fruits and veggies go bad faster. It's manufactured to happen like
I remember when I was like vinegar.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn, I didn't even open this fruit. I just bought it.
yeah. It'll piss you off, like spending all this money on fruit and the fruit go bad like that. Don't make no sense.
All right, so I really enjoyed this episode. I have a couple questions for you guys that I wanted to ask just to kind of get some open book vulnerability going. What's your favorite food and drink?
Favorite food? That's hard to answer. I love. Don't have nothing. I don't have like one thing that I could always eat. But as far as drink, my favorite drink is a Barks root beer.
Yes, Barks all the way. Has to be Barks.
I love root beer. Some people find that just
Yeah.
Yeah.
why?
I think because it also pairs. It's kind of like black licorice.
Yeah, that
I
kind of
don't
makes
think it
sense.
even tastes like black licorice.
It don't,
though.
but it's one of them type things.
Some people will compare it to that.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. That's
Yeah.
really wild.
Though, because some people are like root beer's gross. I'm like, what the fuck are you?
Yeah,
What?
like say it again in my face.
Oh no, it's probably something unpopular, but I like pineapple on my pizza.
Okay.
Get out.
See?
Get out.
I like it. I
Fruit
love
and
it.
cheese does not go together.
Whoa. This our special guest. Special guest.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, what's your favorite food and drink? Yeah.
Oh.
Like wings.
Good answer.
Good answer. Yeah. That's a damn lie. Damn lie. You struggle to drink water.
Okay.
You like your juices now. Your apple and celery. Well, there's more to it, but your juices. You like apple, celery, cucumber, carrot, and
like green machine juice or something like that?
Yes.
Celery
Juices.
makes me gag so
You can't
bad.
eat until you.
I've tried. I was vegan before. I've tried all this. That's not flying with me.
I'm gonna make it.
If I throw up, just don't be offended.
No, for real.
This don't
for
make me
real.
beet juice.
Beets taste like dirt.
Bro, it does taste
No,
like
beets
dirt.
are gross.
It really tastes
Beets
like
taste like dirt. Celery is gross.
when you like go to wings or you get wings from a joint, like you tell them to don't even put it in there, or you just take them out.
Oh, I
do
eat
you,
'em
do you
first.
forget to tell them to take it out?
I'm not a picky person, so I don't like telling. Hey,
Okay.
Make sure you don't add this and that on my plate. It's just gonna come and it's just gonna sit there.
Think of it in a sense of like you're saving them product. You're just gonna
Oh,
throw it
I
away.
eat celery.
You don't eat the celery, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Tommy, what about you?
Man, I'm a lobster guy. I love me some good lobster, bro.
John says he likes celery and peanut butter.
He's
Relax.
rich. Somebody's rich.
Lobster?
Why you gotta be?
It's just something I don't eat all the time. But
With
I
or
love
without
it.
butter?
With butter.
Butter? A lot of butter?
He's rich.
Hot. They gotta be like melted butter, hot lobster.
Are you the type to eat your lobster without a side dish?
Yeah, I can. Sure.
He's rich.
Oh no, man.
I said lobster and steak for dinner, baby.
I mean, chicken tenders.
Yeah, all right, it's too late.
I
for
go
that.
surf and turf.
It's too late for all that, my
saying,
boy.
like lobster is
What do you
bomb.
Can
say
you-
his favorite food?
Haven't even.
Yeah, he didn't say it. But we did both say our favorite drink was root beer.
Oh, what my favorite?
Don't tell me you don't like root beer.
I like root beer, but how
See what I'm saying?
How can it be your
How can it
favorite?
not?
Who is keeping New Way in business?
Wait.
Yeah.
Shit, I keep
The older
Arby's in
whites?
I will
business.
say I keep Arby's in business.
I keep
The older
Arby's.
whites.
Silvers.
Blacks for Arby's.
Wait.
Well, I'm trying to
You
Wild Dogs
eat.
would be his.
You enjoy the unpopular
I
restaurant.
do. I
Okay.
do. Definitely.
What about New Way?
No.
Or not New Way? A&W.
Yeah, I like A&W.
You like A&W?
Yeah. What else? Other popular?
Dog and shake?
Yeah, I love
Dog and shake.
I've never
Cheese
had
fries?
dog and shake.
be his.
Dude, you need to eat their cheese
You
fries.
Yeah.
want
Eat
around
the
the corner
glizzy.
from the. I'm not eating the pies, bro.
What's the problem, bro?
Get you a
You
double
need to
dog
eat
with
the
some
Hot dog,
cheese
eat the double
fries.
dog.
You
Yeah.
could have just said hot dog, but you said glizzy, which makes it pause.
Bro,
Eat the-
dog shake
They
is
have this on the menu called the Gleaming Glizzy.
Why would I want a shiny glizzy?
John says I've never had dog and shake.
You
It's
gotta
really
try it. You
good.
gotta try it.
It's really
It's
good.
good.
One around the street, like around the corner from the
Yeah.
crib too.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta try it,
Dog
man.
tastes good. Anything but New Way for real. Like New Way is just.
I hate that crumbly shit.
It don't got no flavor.
Yeah,
Like,
it
just
doesn't.
make it a sloppy Joe at this point. Make it a
Thank
sloppy
you.
Joe. I'll fuck that shit up. I'll fuck this shit up.
Not even a sloppy Joe. It's a dusty Joe.
Man,
No, it's not a sloppy. It's a crumbly burger. They tell you it's a crumbly burger, but sloppy Joe,
It
man.
does.
John says I need some Dempsey's though. Dempsey's
I
was
still
good.
haven't been.
Dempsey's good.
I'm just not.
Wait,
willing
there's
to
the
pay
one
that.
downtown, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not willing to pay that price for. a
John,
burger.
you asked about Dempsey's. There's still the one downtown, but the one on Rock Road's been shut down.
It's a good spot to look.
I think for me, I don't necessarily have a favorite food, but I really do enjoy pizza and nachos.
Let me some
I'm going with
wings.
the regular shit. Okay, let me.
But
see.
I'm a very simple person when it comes to food because like
I'm not, bro. I love
people
this
make
pizza.
fun of me when we go out to eat because I used to when we go out to eat I played it safe. I'd get the chicken finger
Yeah.
or like the chicken
See,
tenders.
Okay, if I'm going to a restaurant and I'm not sure about it, I'll get chicken strips because you can't fuck up chicken strips.
Yeah.
If you fuck up chicken strips, I don't want nothing else on your menu.
Something's wrong with your cook.
You can fuck up. Trust me.
That's what I'm saying. If you can fuck up chicken strips, I don't want nothing else
I
on your
remember one
menu.
time I had a chicken strip. Though the breading was like 4 feet thick. Like, bro, I'm just eating bread.
Somebody was fucking with you.
Yeah, I'm like,
They were some
man.
tossing.
That's the thing though. Like I like a broad spectrum of things. Like I love me some sushi. I love
I
me
was
some
gonna say
pho.
sushi, yeah.
It's good.
I love me some wings. I love me a burger. I love me a good
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
authentic taco,
Yeah.
like street
Ooh,
taco.
Street tacos, yeah.
Like I just like a wide array of things.
I'm not big on steak.
Me neither.
Is my
I never
thing.
had
I'm not
taco.
big on
Yeah,
steak.
Wagyu steak, bro.
I never.
A
I've
what?
never been big on
Wagyu.
steak.
Wagyu?
Yeah. Wagyu.
Okay, rich.
Fire.
I thought he said white goose at first. I'm like,
No,
that's
it's
what kind of
No,
shit
it's
is
just
that?
like- it's like a delicacy, you know? Like, I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. I'm with this shit.
Yeah,
Fire.
yeah.
Can't relate. I never get it.
I've never
And
had
we're
it
talking
either.
some regular stuff, probably like pizza and wings. You know,
Okay. See, now we can relate.
it's just regular stuff, but like, y'all.
Like I said,
All right, so what's your favorite food without going regular?
A5 Wagyu.
Ooh,
If I had to put money on like a what I would consider an expensive dish, I'd have to go with something salmon related. I like a nice honey garlic salmon that's crusted
I've had
well.
some really good salmon before.
Yeah, like Harry, like me and her will switch off, but yeah, like I will do more honey garlic or lemon,
I
honey
don't know,
lemon,
like that lemon. I mean, not the lemon. Mango.
like the mango salsa.
Yes.
Yeah,
The mango salsa is fire.
like the one Chili's had with
Yeah,
their yeah.
That is good.
Still kind of counts as regular to me, but if it was like something that I just don't get all the time, probably hibachi.
Hibachi fire. We just ate hibachi. Huh?
Yeah.
Hibachi's a good choice.
Hibachi's it's not something that I get all the time, but it's not like over the top.
Hey, that hibachi fried rice though, man.
I guess the
Just
best way to
like
put it, what would be a special occasion dish favorite? Would it still be hibachi, like going to Kobe's or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was never big on steak. People would always make fun of me 'cause, like, I'd either get a burger or the chicken tenders
I'm not
with
even gonna
fries.
Like steak. I love meat.
Yeah.
Gotta be good.
Never been as. The thing is, like, it's coming up. My mom does not fuck with pink whatsoever. So the steak was always well done. And then when I got older, people were like, "Oh, you need to try medium well steak. You're missing out." I still didn't.
Well, I've always heard people say anything that's above medium well, they're like, why you eat it?
You're chewing on a tire. You don't even enjoy it because you still chewing.
Like after.
You got some strong draws.
Come here, I need you to bite somebody for me. Oh,
Mike
nah.
Tyson was eating that before his fight.
Man. I'm an animal. I'm from Nico. Eat your children.
That's messed up.
All right. A good one that I felt to ask is, do you eat more fast food or do you eat more at home, cooked at home meals or home cooked meals? Fast food restaurant or home cooked meals? Or
Well, I would choose what I eat currently.
what do you currently eat? Like, what's your balance?
Because I don't have like an access to the kitchen like I would do.
Yeah.
If I did, I would a lot more. I actually enjoy it.
Is it because you're always busy?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was going to be my big question because I know with day-to-day work, you wouldn't made it. You wouldn't made it.
podcast.
See what you just started?
Wait, when you gonna have Danielle on the podcast? See, I'll try it as long as it's not beats.
See?
So
I'll tell you
what's
it is after.
okay? So my wife made a juice for us to try because Luda says that he gags at the taste of celery. I think it's just
Not bad.
because he's putting a cylinder in his mouth.
I smell cucumber.
Yep. Definitely cucumber.
Apples. The apples? Oh my gosh.
Is it cucumber and apple? Not bad.
My mind has changed.
It's not bad.
Hey!
Hey,
I will
Got him
give
to
you
like
that.
celery.
My mind has changed.
I think what helped was the apples that we got.
Man, I put
What they
this on
call
the
them?
rocks, man. I'll drink this.
Bro,
An apple?
Down on it.
That's good.
I ain't had a drink in what, the last 2-3 weeks?
So I was gonna say that like I noticed that with you having a day job and a lot more with DJ, thing, what's it like for you to eat on a daily basis? Or so-
I can.
Is it more so just going out, picking
Yeah,
up something?
DoorDash. Oh,
Yeah.
speaking of which, what I was about to say, me personally, since it's just me, it's easier to just.
Okay.
Before, when I had my kids constantly, yeah.
Yeah.
I was cooking and all that because it wouldn't be just
Right.
But easier, it's quicker, it's simpler, and I don't have to worry about storing.
Yeah.
It's fast food. Do I want to eat better like I used to? Yes, because I sit there and think every day like I used to so much better than I do now.
Yeah.
But it's just
I was gonna say that. I was literally about to say convenience. I hate it that convenience has to be,
Yeah.
but it is.
Yeah. Have you guys ever considered fasting?
I used to do
I
it all the time.
tried.
You did?
I used to do it like just naturally, like without knowing I was doing it. And I used to do it all like through high school. I wouldn't eat until like 1 o'clock.
A lot of us
Yeah,
did.
intermittent fasting,
Yeah.
yeah.
Intermittent fast. Oh, okay.
So I've never like, been to like a huge breakfast. I love breakfast, but I've never been a breakfast guy. Like,
Yeah.
I can't eat like at 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have to force myself to eat breakfast.
If it wasn't cereal,
I
I'm
feel
like, what the
weird
fuck
if
is
I
this?
eat- if I feel I have to be empty, I feel good empty.
Yeah.
But I did just read the study like people fast too much or fast too. It's
Yeah.
really bad for you.
It
Actually.
is,
and I didn't
yeah.
know that because actually I just had a friend talk to a friend. He lost like 70 pounds. He was like going up to like 60-hour fast, and I'm like, how the hell are you doing this? And he's like, I'm just drinking water and a lot of salt.
They say
That's
that,
crazy.
and see, here's the thing: people are fasting wrong, is because like you can do. I think the healthy max is 3 days, but you have to be keeping electrolytes in. Like you
Yeah.
can't eat, but you have
But
to.
also the 3-day thing, people would say they do that every now and then. But then
I
they
think
say he
once a
started
month-
eating all this food and it's like so much processed, it's giving him a headache, so he can't really
Yeah.
eat it. So I'm like, I don't want to fuck my body up so much to where I can't, eat stuff that's already out here. You know,
Yeah.
I have to like specialize and take my time to go and do this and do that.
I think if you're planning on changing your diet, doing a 3-day fast is probably the
If you were
best.
to change your diet, yes.
Yeah.
And if you were like already ready, knew everything about it.
So there was another documentary.
Go ahead,
There
man.
was a documentary I watched because I was about to start juicing at one point in time. They go on juice fast. It's called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. So the dude, he was probably, I think, about 5'8", 5'9", 300-pound range. He went on a juice fast to get rid of certain disease that he had.
Huh.
Because what they said is pretty much, you'll feed your body cleanly, your body's not fighting to break down these bad foods and all that stuff anymore, and it gives your body a chance to fight off whatever infection it has and heal
Yeah.
it. So he went on a 60-day juice fast. He lost a bunch of weight, got healthy again, got rid of all the medications he was on, and all that just by juice fasting. Because you're still taking in the nutrients that you need,
Yeah.
but you're not eating.
Yeah.
And you're still hydrating yourself. So it was Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And I watched that several times. I even went out and bought a juicer and all that. I couldn't do it because I don't have the self-control to not eat
Yeah.
for X amount of fucking days.
Yeah.
But he did it.
It takes a
It's
battle.
kind of weird too, because I think we also eat it. We
Yeah.
do. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that because there was somebody who, you know how you scroll through social media. There was one guy talking how the way that we eat now is an addiction,
Yeah.
and I have it more so than it is for nutrition, because like a lot of us will indulge until we're full. You're supposed to eat to be full.
Yeah,
You're supposed to
I hate
eat.
that feeling. I hate that.
Oh my
feeling.
gosh, like ugh.
Another thing, bro, if you ever notice, you probably get hungry around the same times a day.
Yep.
Even if you like, even if you're not really hungry, your mind is going to tell you. You normally eat
Your
at
body's
3
Time
o'clock
to eat.
every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to eat.
Yeah.
Your body's on the timer. Yeah.
I bet you know a lot about Dr. Sebi, huh? Yeah. How many documentaries does he have, do you think?
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
A lot?
A lot of stuff. Dr. Sebi had, and his family still stuff alive.
Oh, is it? Okay.
He has a granddaughter and a grand.
Man, when I first watched that, I was like, I can't eat all of this.
Yeah.
I can't drink all of these.
See, the thing is, like, that's. I wouldn't subscribe to that as a regular everyday diet.
Yeah.
I'd do that if you're trying to get rid of
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to heal yourself, not to live.
It's also good to have that we have variety of stuff to eat because, like, let's say you really want something that's junk food or heavy, and like do it as like a treat or like an allowance. Like, oh, I can have this like once a week. Like if you go off on like a health, and it's also listening to your body. If you can listen to your body and just eat at portions, but you're healthier than the person who's like choosing to eat a lot, even though they think they're eating healthy
The thing is, people lack self-control.
and moving around.
Yeah. Thing like when I was vegan, conversation every time somebody found, I wouldn't even tell people I was vegan.
Yeah.
I hated having a conversation.
Yeah.
Every single time. Well, what do you eat? I couldn't do that. I just need my meat and potato. It's like I didn't ask you to do what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I didn't want to tell you I was vegan. You asked me about it, and I told you. Where did you get your protein from? Same place you get your protein from. Thing is, the meat that you eat, they get their protein from the grass and dirt that they're eating.
Yeah.
I'm eating vegetables. I'm getting the same amount of amino acids that you're
Yeah.
getting. Why do you gotta try to tear down my diet? I'm not telling you that you got diabetes and
That's true.
all this and you're walking around with a cane at 35, 40 years
I don't know if
old.
y'all believe in dinosaurs, but I mean, they were big as hell, and a lot of them just eat only plants.
Yeah.
Look at gorillas. They're one of the strongest animals in the world and they don't eat meat.
Yeah.
So I used to get into that debate all the time and I hated telling people I was vegan. Well, what did you eat?
Yeah. I would assume that conversation's hard.
China.
Vagina.
But yeah, I felt so good back then. Like I didn't have no heartburn, I didn't have no body pain.
Yeah.
I slept better, all that. It was just, the only reason I quit is because it was just inconvenient to do.
Yeah.
You had to cook everything yourself. You had to go to the store constantly. Then when Sprouts closed, the
Yeah.
wrap.
Yeah.
You want to get veggies and all that stuff, but you go to Walmart, their veggie selection is terrible. Dillon's, they fruits look nasty.
Man.
It's like, bruh. And they don't have a big selection, but Sprouts had everything. It wasn't the price of what you was paying at Whole Foods.
So we pretty much covered everything as far as the questions I wanted to ask. I do have a couple more so we can wrap up for the evening. What's a favorite or memorable dish that you had growing up? Like one that you knew as a kid, if you walked in the house, smelled it, or if you woke up and smelled it, like that was the one thing you looked forward to as a kid.
I got some real simple type shit.
Dancing.
Hey, rice, meat, and eggs, bro.
Bam?
Bam, beef, pork, whatever my mom was making with it.
Yeah.
With the sauce, man. And she, you know, to this day, I'll ask her to make. Your life's so simple. It's my comfort food, mom.
Yeah.
Like, this is, I can eat this every day.
Yeah.
And I'm like super simple, like whenever I really want to eat, like meat, rice, and eggs.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
My biggest comfort meal, probably roasted potato. I'm not big on eating beef these days, but every now and again, like especially on a cold day, you got roasted potatoes in the crock pot, with some cornbread or like rolls on the side. Yeah. It's super easy. It just makes you, it reminds me of old times, and it always hits the spot. Either that or chicken and noodles.
Soup is
Straight up
always.
chicken with the egg noodles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, chicken noodle. Okay. You ever put dumplings in yours?
I have.
You like it?
That was as I got older. My mom wouldn't put nothing like that. That was my baby mama.
Someone's been hitting in that.
I think for me, I know when I was a kid, it was always waking up to my dad cooking breakfast, and the first thing you smell is bacon. When I was able to, that kind of cut back on pork. Like I'll still eat some pepperoni pizza here and there, but we'll usually eat turkey bacon. But like, yeah, waking up to some bacon, yeah. As a kid, waking up to bacon, I was like, yeah,
Part
good
of it too,
breakfast.
that it doesn't shrink down. So
Yeah, not a
it's
whole
the
lot.
same
Yeah.
size.
Put it in the oven, bro.
Honestly, yeah, for real.
And then going to grandma's house, my Vietnamese grandma, in the house knowing that she's got pho ready. That was always, yeah, that was always a good
Hey, that big old pot, man. My grandma
Right.
used to cook that in the garage over
pho and
night.
egg rolls. My
Used to eat
grandma
pho
would
for like
have.
3 days.
All you gotta do is add water.
That's it.
Yeah, because the meat and the meat flavor in the broth, it'll start to like that's 3 days is max.
Yeah.
After day 3, you gotta dump it out. So like
Yes.
the next, they do the same thing with ramen. I think
Yeah.
have you ever seen the documentary about the ramen? Yeah. It may still be on Hulu, but it's like a ramen head. Really good documentary. So I don't know why we forgot about that.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to have you guys over again because she made ramen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said after that bowl of pho, yeah, okay.
But yeah,
Egg rolls.
Oh, my.
crab
Egg
rangoon.
rolls.
You like crab rangoon? Yeah, we have crab
Oh,
rangoon.
this was. This
That-
is. Oh my gosh. We'll be over tomorrow. Woo.
And then I kind of wanted to ask like a serious question or two. So with knowing everything that America does to keep the additives, the carcinogens, so to speak, in their food, how does it make you feel knowing that the FDA and GRAS continued use of harmful ingredients to which are banned in other countries?
Doesn't surprise me because, like, the politicians, everything pay for hire. Pay them to look the other way on things. Because you have those certain, like I told you, I watch a lot of documentaries. What the health documentary, the dude was going around literally talking to the health, like the American Breast Cancer Association and all that type of stuff, asking them why they have these things on their website that contribute to the cause that they're supposed to be fighting against. Like you have yogurt and you have Susan G. Komen partnered up with the yogurt people and all that when that stuff causes breast cancer. Everything is for pay. Yeah. Like, okay, yeah, we're the American Heart Association, but we're going to show you a bunch of recipes of how to make some steak. Make that make sense.
Yeah.
It's because the beef companies they got you in their pocket.
Yeah.
You're on their payroll.
Yeah.
So that don't surprise me.
Yeah.
FDA and all that, they are not here to protect us. They're there to protect their own investments.
Cycle of economy.
Yeah. That's what happens when everything is for pay.
System.
Yeah.
Will you? Oh, and when I said GRAS, it stands for generally recognized as safe.
And that's just so, like, think about how that just sounded, generally recognized.
Yeah.
Like, and that's still okay with
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, are you guys feeding your kids this?
And see, when the FDA is like, oh no, that's good, they bring in GRAS to be like, checks out. Like you said, the term generally is like that.
It's like a false state of, like, you know,
Security.
yeah, security. It is, and it's just so crazy to me.
Now, Luda, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
But I think part of it too, population control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we can't make them too healthy because they'll live too long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they'll learn too much stuff. And pass it
Right.
down to-
Yeah.
To the younger generation.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
everything trickles down, bro. It literally like trickles down like like they always say like, hey, you know, you've always been generally poor.
Yeah.
But you could change that. You know what I mean? and then start to trickle it down after that. Now you might not be the one.
Yeah.
But you might be, good off
With all this
Yeah.
knowledge that you can pass down,
Exactly.
somebody might be wealthy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you say that you had nieces and nephews? Okay, so with you guys having kids in your life, does this make, like, knowing this whole list and everything that I provided to you, make you more aware? Like, do you feel like you're going to make some changes from now on, or will you just consider it to be able to pass in from on?
Me personally, there's only so have my kids where I can affect their intake of certain things. Because my son, he's 12 years old.
Yeah.
All he gets fries or ramen noodles.
Sounds like me.
And he has the most basic diet in the world, but set your watch by no tell you something. If you try to give him a taco, he only wants cheap. Try to give him a hamburger, he only wants cheap meat.
Okay.
He don't want no condiments. He don't
Oh,
want no
okay.
veggies. Nothing. He don't even like gravy for. He don't
Biscuits
even
and
like gravy
stuff.
for biscuits and gravy.
He sounds a lot like how I was when I was growing up.
He'll eat just a biscuit by itself before he eats.
That I won't do.
Yeah, and it's almost psychotic, but
Yeah.
whatever.
But he,
just bought
like,
my
has he ever
biscuit.
had honey on it either?
No,
Honey?
no,
Okay.
Don't mess with that neither. He barely likes syrup with his pancakes.
I've known one person who's
He'll eat pancakes with powdered sugar on it before he'll ever.
has he ever had a Riverfest funnel cake? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that type of stuff. I can only affect it so much. They're gonna eat like that with me. Go back to eat. However they eat.
Yeah.
What's the?
Yeah.
Because even when I was vegan,
Uh-huh.
I'm like, okay, they're only gonna be with me a certain amount of time. I'm not gonna force them to eat what I eat because they're gonna
Yeah.
go right back to eating. Go home.
And being a vegan is kind of like when your kids are already instilled with eating something, kind of tricky to try to implement it. Like, you can kind of like let them understand what you're doing and let them choose on their own. But a lot of people are like, I'm vegan, so you're my child, you're vegan too.
That's kind of an extreme way to do things.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's okay to do if your kids have never ate the other way.
Yeah.
But if your kids have ate the other way, and just because you decided you want to be vegan,
Right.
you're gonna force them to eat that, you'll have some struggles.
Yeah.
You will have some growing pains.
Especially if they're older.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At that time that I was doing that, my kids were, I was like, what? My daughter was, son was around 4, 5, something around there. Yeah, I could have did it. But I'm like, I'm not gonna put y'all through that just because, like, when
Yeah.
I go back home, they're gonna be regular. Kind of a. Gotta
It'd be
find that
easier
balance.
with both parents.
Yeah.
But,
It also helps even if they're not like in the same home, for both parents to be on the same page.
Same page. But how often is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you know anything about separated parents, same page is not, especially in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Very beginning is like, you don't tell me what to do. This is my house.
These are
You
my
do what you do over there.
kids.
You don't control how things go over here.
I think all you can do is educate them.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to end up making their own decision.
Because I think if you plant little seeds, one day they'll get to thinking about it, and like,
That's why,
especially
yeah.
as curious as kids are, they'll want to research it on their own.
Yeah.
And as a dad, like, it's our job to plant little seeds. Mom will sit there and try to like say, so a lot of moms, not all moms, but like a lot of them, they'll be like, oh, do this, do that, forceful. Even some dads do this, do that, and forceful. But as a parent, if you just plant the seed, talk about it, even they'll be like, Dad, stop, I don't want to hear it. It's like, well, hey, something to think about sometime. Like, you plant that seed, maybe one day they'll sit there bored, wiping, they're like, okay, and they go look at it, they do more research. Not only did you allow them to learn that themselves at their pace, but they also see you better, because then they're going to start coming to you, ask for questions instead of trying to research it. It's a slow burn to get that bond going.
It's all like steps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not going to be like a.
Thing is, like, my son, like I just told you how he is. My daughter, on the other hand, she's like me. She'll try anything. Loves healthy stuff. She'll eat and everything. She'll try sushi. Wants steak. Wants shrimp. She'll eat a salad. She'll get down on a bowl of fruit. My daughter is very much so like me. My son, he's stuck in his ways. He's not going to variate very much. Like, if I go and pick them up and like, what do y'all want to eat? Started, I don't know. Give me a minute. My son, you know what I want to eat. Chicken and fries.
No.
His voice is deep. No, his voice is deep now. It's weird. Yeah, he got a little mustache and everything. Yeah.
Said he's 12.
12, bro.
Some of these 12, 13-year-olds,
Okay,
they get deep voices
yeah,
quick.
But I think
Like,
this
here,
is because of the
no
food.
chicken and fries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, all these kids
No,
look grown.
'cause-
Like, how are these kids so big
No,
now?
especially with like young girls getting developed
Yes,
early on.
100%. We
I
were
swear
having
it's the
this
fast
conversation
food.
yesterday, bro.
I swear it's the fast
Bro,
food.
It is.
I don't know when you had your period, but my niece got her period when she was like 11. Like, I don't remember girls periods at her.
Yeah, it's like 9 and 13.
I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
remember. I'm like, just like she's like starting to fill out, and I'm like, here.
Yeah, the filling out part, because like now you see all these
Weird.
girls who are like 13, 14 on social media, and they're posting
wearing
pics,
faces full of makeup, and it's like,
and they're wearing adult clothes, and
Yeah,
it's like
it's weird,
you're
bro.
trapping older dudes, because it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
And
look
the
at me,
thing
like,
is,
oh,
like,
you
when-
cute.
when we were young,
15.
we still looked like children.
Yeah.
These children no longer look like
No,
children.
they want to play adult real
It's
bad.
like you got, yeah, and it's like we were in a rush to grow up, but these kids actually are growing up.
Yeah,
It's weird.
because they have all the information
Yeah.
to be
Yeah,
somebody in their hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I wanted to share these classes of carcinogens, let you guys know like how they like list them. Yeah, and just kind of like when they say carcinogen, it's like it's a certain toxin that's developed in the chemical reaction of how things are processed or made. And these are all examples by the IARC, which is the National Agency for Research on Cancer. So category 1, which is the strongest of our carcinogens: alcohol, tobacco, wood dust, and air pollution.
Just for reference, guys, I have not taken a smoke of the hookah the whole time.
Yeah, because I'm like, is he hogging
Just for today.
it?
Just for today.
I almost thought, like, at one point, I thought Tommy was just hogging it. I was like, he probably doesn't want
Yeah, he did like this at first. I was like,
it. Okay.
Friends like these, you don't need enemies.
Category 2 has parts A and B. And this is funny because just like grass, this is how they detail it. Category 2A is probably carcinogenic to humans, which is glyphosate, barber or hairdresser, like working in the salon and stuff, being a night shift worker, and art glass work. There's a chemical toxin that reacts in your body when you're working overnight as opposed to working during the daytime. If something happens like with the graveyard shift.
and you know what?
You knew this.
You know what that could, I think, attribute to though is maybe,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
because the way the moon affects the human
Yeah.
body, just the same way it affects the tides in the ocean.
so we're-
Yeah.
or something like
Yep. In category 2B, which is categorized as possibly carcinogenic to humans: coffee, aloe vera, talc-based powder, and pickled veggies.
that. Oh, okay. Hey, how about this?
Because
Hey.
pickled veggies is fermentation. Well, yeah, kombucha is actually,
Yay.
yes, because in category 3, which is not classifiable as carcinogen, caffeine, magnetic fields, insulation, glass, wool, and hair products. Actually, I think category 2B, I did see that tea was on here, but I don't know.
Stuff you thought was good.
Good for your gut biome. But carcinogen
Right, it's good for that, but bad. You know what I mean?
can't win. Start living off straight.
I'll be all freaked out leaving. I'm like, huh?
Just be a plant.
I don't need it. Oh,
Life changes to make. Put my feet in dirt and just stand like this for the rest of my life.
When I found out that you have to like touch your feet to the earth and stuff like that, I was like,
Oh,
crazy.
grounding.
Yeah.
Do you do it? Yeah, I started
What's
to.
funny is when I used to do it like by accident, I'm like, man, it was good, but I ain't never thought nothing
Yeah.
about it. It's crazy.
Do you get the feeling that after you do, like, when you go, like, take a shower or wash your feet because you've been outside, do you get, like, a ting? Do you ever notice that
I
it's
never
ting?
noticed that.
No?
I might.
Yeah, like, I guess they said, like, a good minimum is 2 hours for. Yeah.
I was outside.
hours a day or a week?
Yeah, 2 hours a day.
Holy,
Yeah,
that's
what
a lot of
the fuck?
grounding, bro. Hey, I'm gonna tell my kids you grounded. They're gonna go outside, stay outside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you go outside with no shirt on, sunbathe, ground.
Maybe that's why we used to be all healthier when we was kids.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're grounding, there is a way to actually kind of accelerate that. I don't think anyone's tapped into. They don't really understand how to key control. So you guys have watched Naruto before? You know the episode where they describe how to key control to stand on water?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually take that episode and like their description of and use that for grounding. If you focus like telling your feet to just give, you can actually start to feel it tingling. And if you flex your calves, you can start starting to shoot legs.
Powerball.
Yeah, like a spirit bomb.
Terrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
and if you do that, you'll actually do the sun and the earth, so you're getting a full photosynthesis.
oh my.
That's why some people, like in Christianity, when they go outside, they're like, "Oh, take
Bro,
me,
if I start
Jesus."
doing that, people are like, man, look at this crazy guy.
No, now that Akira Toriyama's passed away, may he rest in peace.
Man, all right,
They're like,
man.
"Oh, he's giving spirit bomb energy." Okay,
Alright,
we
you
get
know,
it.
Man, that's why I get seasonal depression. Feel it.
And that's
Really, it
actually,
is.
I did an episode about seasonal depression. It's acronym is SAD. Crazy enough. Yeah, the lack of sun can affect a lot of people. And it's a serious thing. No, I get it hard. Like this past season, I got it bad. I think first time in a few years it hit me hard. I was just like, oh,
Like that's why as hard as the job was, construction, residential concrete, being outside all day, getting the sun on my skin, feeling the
Alright.
breeze, I felt so much better compared to now where I work in a building 8, 9, 10 hours
Yeah.
a day. I can only see the sun through a little.
yeah.
Like as hard as the job was, just being out there feeling sun on your skin.
Which makes sense. We were talking about earlier to do a circle back. The other countries in Europe where they allow people to get some sun throughout their work shift and everything. I did some small research about that too, and I know Norway is a big one, but I know there's some other countries. I think where they do allow like up to like 6 to 9 months maternity leave, even though you're not the maternal, like the parent who gave birth. Your dads can get. The work weeks are shorter, the work days are shorter, and you're still getting paid a decent amount.
I have happy.
There is a country that does.
Yeah, there's a country that does
Yeah.
that too.
No, we know. That's why our people are always so mad. Jail, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Especially the people who like, you get 1 hour outside.
Yeah.
that was in the documentary too, where to invade next. Instead of putting them in like how the prisons we
Yeah.
have, they put them on an island. And the island, they work out there and all that type of stuff. And if they get to a certain amount of, I forgot what it was, they could be a family in there. But it wasn't like, oh, you're going to prison as a punishment.
Remember, jail's supposed to be
Rehabilitation.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
That's-
not meant to.
the
But
punishment.
over in other countries,
Yeah.
it is.
Especially with
To an
that
extent.
thick cement cinder as walls. It cuts you off from the outside world
Turns you into an
completely.
animal.
Yeah.
But
Maybe that's
also-
why it's so fucked up. It
But
happened before.
I also think that they didn't get the help that they needed. Actually, could have been changed.
Wait, I see anyone who does severe crimes like that, I think there is something neurologically wrong that needs to be studied, and it takes a little more time, just like it would with anyone who has thinking disabilities or like learning disabilities or like dyslexia or anything like that. It takes more time to like get through the root of why it's happening. And a lot of times it's like maybe there's an essence that allows them to tap into that survival instinct that we as humans have to like really use.
So the video, it was on Facebook. They said that they did ranking serial killers, and it said that America 15,000 serial killers. Next closest one, like Great Britain, with like. So it's something with America itself that's creating this.
Yeah.
All of it.
It's
The
not
food,
just a
the
natural.
system with the money, the
Yeah,
parents,
it's
it's
not just a
everything.
natural thing. It's something with the system.
Yeah, it's not an American dream, it's American nightmare.
Yeah, so disparity was such a big gap. It's like,
Huge.
oh my god.
The fact that the next biggest country isn't even hitting the thousands.
Yeah. I'm just like, I just knew America was gonna be number one because they went from like number 5 to number 1. I was like, I just know. But the number was so big, I was like, oh, God.
That's great.
I'm with the society that's creating these. Try to say, oh, black people, whatever this and that, and that's why they're all in jail. It's like, no, something wrong with the society that's creating an environment.
And it's fun that people would think that in that direction when most of the serial killers are white.
Yeah, literally.
School shooters are white.
Yeah.
I think they mostly.
Did you see that list that was going around where like they detailed the zodiac signs of
It's usually Geminis and Virgos.
And Virgo.
Yeah.
I don't feel.
All my Taurus, brother.
Everybody always says Capricorns is crazy. We wasn't nowhere on that list.
Libras are definitely
Don't get caught.
The Libra who made the list, y'all lie a lot.
Plot twist. You start looking at birthdays like, man, it's not even his birthday.
His birthday was August 14th.
Like, has anyone verified this list? Deflection.
The gaslighting is real.
Well, just to wrap up here, this was definitely a good episode and a really good topic. With everything that we spoke of, even kind of veering off to the left in conversation here, is there any final thoughts that you want to add to today?
Vote for Pedro.
We got 2 vote for Pedros. All right, is there anything you guys want to know or plug? Like social medias, anything you got coming up, Tommy?
I got coming up.
Yeah, it's a plug. I've never done this for anyone, so yeah.
Follow me on social media. DJ _Lou Kapone. It is the same on Facebook, DJ Lou Kapone. Yeah, I'm becoming DJ. My mentor. So yeah, I am also his road manager. So yeah.
You would think I abused you.
Yeah, Tommy.
Stuff, DJ Tommy Billions.
That's it, DJ Tommy Billions.
DJ Tommy Billions.
And where
on
can they
social
find
media.
DJ Tommy Billions?
Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter?
Snapchat.
yeah, Snapchat.
All social media platforms you can find DJ Tommy Billions. Just type that in, look him up. It was definitely an amazing episode. I'm glad to have these 2 on. Many more to come, hopefully. But we're going to wrap up the night because we all got stuff to do. We're going to get back to the kids. Everyone, thanks for watching. And if you're tuning in later with this being an edit video, thanks for watching and keep up with the socials. Mike Came Social on Facebook and on Twitter. One sign out.